What is up, Eagle Nation? What is going on? What is going down? Like a bird's. What up, Slay? I'm representing Coach Sirianni. I got my highlighters ready to pretend I'm going to do some razzle dazzle. I'm going to draw up some more plays like Big Slay. How you feeling, man? How you feel about that loss? You know, it's funny. I'm actually not that mad today. I'm actually not that mad. I mean, you could be mad, of course, that we lost, but I'm actually not that upset, which is weird. Facebook user, who's that? You like that gear, huh? You like those highlights, man. Coach, I'm gonna be Coach Sirianni today, assistant to. I'm gonna be his new highlighter guy. You like those highlighters, man? Taking notes. What's up? I'm gonna post a link right now, guys. Sick one Manny in the building. What's up? That's right. Look at the beautiful highlighters. Let me post the link so everyone wants to join up. Before I do that, Asia, what's up? Bird Gang. Just to let you guys know that I am teamed up with Northwest Sports Fanatic. Shout out to Orion for letting me link up with him. We'll be doing some thing collabs pretty soon. Let's see. Let me get this link up. But let's see. Let me update right now. So Green Bay is at 20 and Steelers still at 10. Plenty of time in the third quarter, but my thing is extremely delayed, so you guys are probably ahead of me for sure. It's showing I got like 7:30 left, 7 minutes 30 in the third. Let me get to. Okay, I'm gonna copy that. Let me get to the channel. I just posted the link, and I'm going to pin the message. So if you guys want to talk about the big game today, another home loss in front of the home crowd. Shout out to Philly Foothills out there. Let me just share this real quick to my peeps out there on Twitter. Let me get back on here. Big play. Are you going to be behind the scenes, man? Are you going to be hiding, man? You got to show your face, man. Come on, man. We got to see those pearly whites. Let me know when you're ready. The Giants finally got their dub. Congratulations. Whee! Cop Pizzle must be really excited. Yeah, we lost again. There he is. What's up, brother?
What's good, man? How you doing?
You know what? Like I said, I'm not as upset as I was against the Cowboys.
Yeah.
I'm still mad that we lost. I felt that we were kind of in the game, but
Mhm.
so many mental mistakes still going on with this team. I'm not really too thrilled about our defense right now. It seems like we're waiting for the guy to fill in for BG. Someone's not being the vocal leader. And, like last week, I think I saw Malcolm Jenkins. I think it was last week. I think he had a pick six or something. And it just like, it made me miss him a lot, because he was like one of those vocal leaders that I think was extremely like missed, man.
Yeah.
But back to our team, I just feel that BG not being out there, it like you can kind of see it a little bit. You think so, or you
Yeah.
think I just don't feel like. I mean, they're still doing their thing, but I feel like there's a lack of like someone being responsible for those penalties, especially Barnett always seems to
Hmm.
find the flag,
Yeah.
and that's getting really old.
For
I don't know.
sure. Yeah. It's annoying, man. Like Derek Barnett, he has to be traded, cut, release, whatever. Anything you can get for him and get him off the team. Like, I don't know how this man is able to get $10 million and only is good at getting penalties. Like,
Right.
it's ridiculous, man. Like, Derek Barnett needs to get cut. I don't know, man. He just needs to get off this team. But penalties were annoying today. Sirianni wasn't running the ball at all, and the only time he ran was with Jalen Hurts and Sanders. They only used Sanders at like the end of the game, so like it's crazy because you should have used him at like the start of the game and you didn't. So like it gets annoying and like man, I'm just sick and tired of seeing the same thing every year. It's like Nick Chip, not Nick Chip Peterson or something, or Jonathan Schwartz. Like it's annoying, man.
Yeah. So Jalen Hurts, uh, 8 carries, 47 yards. Gainwell, 3 carries, 31 yards, average 10.3, 1 TD. Miles, 7 carries, 13 yards, man.
Uh,
1.9 average. And Jalen Rager, 1 carry, 12 yards, 12.0. Uh, then we'll just talk about that right there.
mhm.
Um, I'm happy Gainwell, you know, is getting more action and stuff, but I don't know why Sanders is not getting that love. I think that's a problem.
Like they
That's a
don't trust them at all.
it's a huge problem. Uh, I mean, and we escaped right there on Gainwell. He actually fumbled the ball.
Yeah, he did.
So, they gave us one there for what it's worth. So that could have bit us in the ass too. Luckily, they hurried up and Andy Reid probably gave us one there because he knows Philly needs something. So I think we escaped one there. But that goes, you can't go too high and you can't go too low with Kenneth.
Yeah.
He's a rookie. But I give him props for it. What was crazy, Slay, that when you're watching this game and you see us moving the ball effectively, right? You see us just moving. You don't see, I mean, Jalen didn't really have to throw deep bombs or anything. We're just moving the rock, and it had to be what do you call it? Like fast tempo. It was like fast tempo, and I think that's what it was taking to wear down the Chiefs, and that's what was working. We weren't really gonna go. Once I seen that we're settling for the 3 points, we weren't able to get the 7. I already knew that the chance of us winning was slipping away. We could have been blown out even worse than what it was. I mean, it was teetering that way, but we were just at the thing. that the Eagle fans that we want to see is just like we want to see progression. We want to see him learning from the mistakes. So it's like I'm okay. At least it's three. We did go for it on a fourth down, and that could have bit us in the ass. Luckily, they designed it up well. I believe it was Gainwell that caught that right when we went for it on fourth down.
He did. He caught that.
Yeah, so I mean, he saved us right there, and we still had a chance to. We were in this game, but not really. But we were in the game. But of course, I don't know what's going on with these refs down in Philly, but doesn't it seem that we've been getting really like outcasted, or I don't know what the word is, but it just seems like you know what sucks, Slay, is that I've kind of stopped cheering when we score touchdowns because it's already been like 3 weeks. This is the fourth week where I'm excited for the touchdown and then it's freaking not a touchdown. So like now that this keeps happening, I kind of hold back from cheering or anything because I'm waiting for the field goal and I'm waiting for any before I start cheering. I'm waiting for any last minute flags because it seems like they just keep taking away our touchdowns, and I don't know what it is, man. And this is like it just seems like we just have that bad luck right now where someone touched. That's the second time someone went outside and comes back in for a touchdown. And we can't see anything in the beginning of the play. We're just watching what's on TV. We see the end, the catch. We don't see what's going on before. And of course, Devontae Smith. I'm not gonna totally blame him that he didn't get it. It was an amazing. I mean, all in all, it was an amazing, catch and throw. Because he could have not caught it or whatever. So it sucks because we're like kind of taken back because we're seeing awesomeness, but it's kind of like fool's gold at the same time because someone stepped outside, a little touchy here, and especially being in the home crowd, it's like we continue to get like robbed, and it's kind of sad.
I feel the exact same way, man.
Penalties, yeah, and then
So, yeah, like,
Dillard had, Dillard didn't help us at all. He had two penalties, if not more. And it's just like we're carrying on this tradition of just continuing. We're playing undisciplined football. We're still letting these penalties dictate the outcome of our game, and it's terrible. Awesomeness Sports, thanks, man. I don't know if you've been here.
oh my god, that Facebook user has a lot to say. You see
I
that?
know. I know. I got to see who that is.
Oh my
Um,
god, my guy doing a lot of things.
Awesomeness Sports, man. Thanks for tuning in. I don't know if you're a new sub or nothing, but I appreciate you, man.
Yeah,
Let's see. Oh my God, I got a whole. Wait, I don't even know.
told
God, that's
you.
so tiny. I don't have time to watch the stream. I'll watch later. But Hertz was fantastic today. 5 potential TDs. Mind you, this team,
Oh, cold.
the teammates were penalty hungry. Effed it up. But those passes were on point, minus the overthrow to Ertz Goddard in the first. I'm happy. Seems like he's he's literally like 50-50 in his career. Half great games, half mediocre, which can be improved with more team reps. I'm not okay with running the effing ball 4 times, right? I'm not okay with throwing the ball 8 times on a 3 yard. Yeah, I think that's everything.
Yeah, we all agree with Birdman, man.
you
Like,
could you could turn in anytime.
it sucks, dude. Like, um, the JJ one, I don't agree with that one. The Devonte Smith one, I could see where they're coming from.
Yeah,
Because Devonte kind of like pushed him, but people were saying he kind of got forced out of bounds. But
yeah.
either way, it could have gone both sides. But the JJ one, I was very disappointed in because I felt like that wasn't a flag. I mean, whatever that was called, I didn't think it was a flag. It was just a dumb call to me.
Ask me.
Two back-to-back touchdowns that went back on us. Like you said, you like the touchdowns in Philly. If we get
I
them,
think that's fine,
the
but only for a
fight's
little
gonna
bit.
happen for us. It's sad.
Yeah. Uncensored, you hear us or yo?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Okay. What's up, man? I haven't talked to you in a minute, man.
Oh, I'm doing good, man. How about you? Good to see you back on.
I'm surprisingly not as mad as the Cowboys game. That one really messed me up, and
Hmm.
I'm not as mad today. I know I'm still mad at the loss, obviously, but um,
Yeah.
the good. I would say like there there's something there, but for some reason we just keep mentally breaking down. Like it's just dumb, easy things that we're taking for granted here, and we find some way to just literally screw it up. I really didn't have
Hmm.
those expectations on what I saw because I'm watching the game. I know, yeah, probably gonna lose this game. I mean, you guys gotta remember these guys were just in the Super Bowl, so it's not like their whole team is disintegrated. So
Yeah.
this is a tall task to order. But even that said, I thought they were taking advantage of the defense like they should have. So I see progress there, but the lack of the running game is still a huge problem for me. Like Sanders only, what was it? Let me check real quick.
6 carries.
6 carries, 6 attempts.
For 13 yards, dude. Like,
Yeah.
God. I mean, that's almost like the same thing he did in Dallas. Like, I don't understand why Nick's not learning from it. And I thought this was a game you could have ran him so much, and what are we doing, Nick? You got all the highlighters, I got all the highlighters, and there's none of these highlighters have a run play on there. I don't get it.
Yeah. No. I'm kind of with you. I didn't take this one to heart too much. I kind of seen it coming. I chose
Right.
Kansas City to win this one because, before this game, offensively, defensively, you just didn't show me much. I had no confidence going into this game because of the last two previous games. And I must say, offensively, I was not disappointed. I believe they did a really good job. I mean, yeah, Hurts had some plays under center, which we were preaching for. We wanted that. So, and they did a little bit of it. Um, you know, at first they started out with a run with Miles. I was like, holy shit. I was like, maybe we got through. But in the end, it didn't. You can't throw the ball on the 5 yard line, my guy. When you got a guy like Miles Sanders, you hand that ball off. If we're not going to use this kid, trade his ass, get value for him, because at this point you are wasting this kid's potential by not using him. He's only getting older. Now, granted, I know Kenny Gainwell today had 3 carries for 31 yards and a touchdown. Then he had 5 receiving for whatever he had.
He's a
Yeah,
stud.
he's doing good. But if that's the case, if you want to go Kenny Gainwell's way, that is fine. But get rid of Miles Sanders. You know what I'm saying? You have to. I would rather have a little bit of draft capital or trade Miles Sanders for somebody defensively or offensively we can fucking use than just have this kid ride the bench, because he's doing nothing for us with 6 carries.
And you want to know what? Okay, there's things that are gonna hit me that they just pop in my brain. But one thing
Yeah.
that I was excited about was they actually let Jalen Hurts, get the first down. Like they
Yep.
actually did that instead of some horky dorky pass to Miles when he's like 5 yards back or something. And he's running backwards. So I've been asking that for the longest time because I'm like, dude, you let Jimmy G do that to us, but you're not going to let Mr. 600-pound squatter Jalen do it. Let him do it. This is what he's built for. You don't lift all those weights just to, do some dumb play that goes backwards. And man, when I heard about Lane Johnson not playing today, I was like, dude, get ready for the funeral early because this O-line is going to get worked. And for what they did today, even though it wasn't that pretty, I got to hand it to them. But what I don't understand is that if we can do that with that O line, that's not even our starting O line. What's the problem when we do have our starters there? Because why did this O line
Yeah.
was able to hang, but when we have our guys in there, other than the Atlanta game, what the hell's going on? Like
No
that's
offense,
crazy.
bro. They're younger. They're more motivated. You know, I mean, honestly,
Apparently,
huh?
I said apparently, man.
Yeah.
Apparently,
You know, you got to look at it this way, dude. Uh, Driscoll is the future right tackle. All right, he is Lane Johnson's heir, and he's doing one hell of a job. I love Jack Driscoll, I really do. You know, Herbig, he steps in and he does a pretty decent job. You know, I've always loved Herbig from the time he started playing last year. Truly did. I think Herbig has a very big future ahead of him, possibly the next Brandon Brooks for us at right guard. You know, you got Dickerson. He played better today than he did the first 2 weeks, but he had to learn the offense as well. He didn't play at all. You know, and Dillard, he killed us with the penalties, but coverage wise, he didn't do that bad. You know, I'd rather him get a holding penalty than let him get Hurts smacked. You know what I mean? Hold
yeah.
him if you have to not let Hurts get hit. And if that's what he did, hey, props. I'll have no issue with that ever. But our offensive line altogether, they were great. You know, I have nothing but praise for them. Our issue today was our defense, single-handed, hands down. Our offense actually wasn't bad. They moved the ball. They did some motions. They did some trick plays. You know, they showed improvement, and they scored 30 points. Okay. Defensively, though, we couldn't stop shit. Like,
Yeah,
I
it
don't
was,
know what we got to do, bro, but it's got to change.
To add on to that, yeah, you go, Birdman.
yeah, I'll let you. So yeah, because I said on one of my videos last week after Dallas, I say basically the blueprint to beat the Eagles is just run the ball, run the ball. I mean, and then
Yeah.
they did both on us. I mean, Hill was just all over the place, man. But just getting like those, it was like there the chance. Before I forget, Slay, don't forget what you're gonna say. There was a chance where we were gonna make them go 3-and-out, and I don't know if you guys remember that play, but Mahomes was able to escape the pocket and he actually ran for the first down. Like that
That was
was huge.
Barnett's fault.
Yeah, that
That
was
was
so
Barnett.
freaking huge right there. I was like, that was if we were able to stop them and have that 3-and-out, the game would have been even freaking closer. But the fact
Yeah.
that you still let Mahomes get the goddamn first down, I was like, dude, you guys, even when you have them pinned back, they even made their own mental mistake. You guys still didn't capitalize. And that when other team makes a mental mistake, you have to capitalize. You don't let them get the first anyways. It's just even when they were like third and forever, we still let them get like almost a first down. Like they're oh god, that was pathetic. Go ahead, Slay.
Um, I told all you guys about Driscoll, man. I've been hyping this dude up for years, man. Like, I love Driscoll. Like, I have a bias for him, not only because he played for Auburn, and I love Auburn. I'm an Auburn fan. But I've seen him come out of college as just like a really good player. Um, he was always a good pass blocker. And he just knows how to like have the fundamentals of an offensive lineman, and that's really what I like about Driscoll. But to add on to what you were saying, Eagles Uncensored, our offense did really good, and we executed. It's just that the two touchdowns that we should have had, they were called back because the refs hate us. And I know that's you can call that an excuse or whatever, but it's literally every week. You can't keep saying it's an excuse when it's literally every single week. And if you are actual Eagles fan and you watch the entire game from start to finish, like all three of us here, you'd understand. But our defense was the only reason we lost this game, and not running the ball. But that's what I was gonna say.
Shout
Yeah.
out
No,
to
there's. Oh,
hold on a
sorry. Go
second.
ahead.
Shout out to Mr. Birdman 213. He says, "Where's Jordan Howard?" I don't think we're probably going to see him unless there's an injury. But even if Jordan Howard was to play, I don't even think coach is going to run him. because we're not even seeing any runs with Sanders right now. And then he said, "Did you hear the stadium yell, 'Run the ball'?" And I didn't hear that. Did you guys hear him say that? Chant, "Run the ball." Yeah. So our fans are trying to tell the coach what to do, which is sad.
Yeah.
But
That's only 4 games.
It's only obvious.
Only
Well,
4.
and I mean, in all honesty, my guy, I put this whole entire loss, and hell, even the loss last week, all on Derek Barnett, and I'll add this week Steven Nelson. Okay,
And
because one, Derek Barnett, he blew 2 plays today. We were 3rd and 6, could have held him. He had a personal foul, roughing the passer, on Pat Mahomes because he hit him in the ankles and also Sweat hit him too. So both of them that was bad, but they called it on Barnett. Gave him a 3rd and 1. They completed that, made it a first down, and then the one you were talking about. How the hell did we let Pat Mahomes run 12 yards for a first down on 3rd and 12? That's Derek Barnett's fault because we called it contained. But what Derek Barnett did, because he's an asshole, he actually ran too far past Pat Mahomes, which opened up the gap for him to run out. He ran well past Pat Mahomes. Dude, you're in your 5th year. You should know better. What is a contain? That means do not let the quarterback escape. And what did you do? You let him escape.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh
So
my god.
The Rams are getting smacked by the Cardinals.
What?
I told you, bro. The Cardinals are winning that division. Everybody said I was crazy.
In my fantasy, I'm losing, I think, right now, too.
How are you losing to the Cardinals?
Arizona's true, dude. Y'all been sleeping on Arizona. For real.
Damn. They are looking great right now.
Lamar Jackson's only got me at 12 points. Great.
Damn.
But I will say this, though, man. Hands down, dude, Jalen Hurts showed me a lot today. All this past week, I told him, I said, my only flaw to Jalen Hurts' game is his deep ball. And you know what? I know we didn't get too many deep balls today, but the ones that we did, dude, he did a hell of a job. There's nothing more that kid could have done to help us win this game. I mean, he literally did everything he could. He left all of Jalen Hurts out on that field. And, he had over 400 all-purpose yards today just by himself. 387 throwing, and he had like 60 rushing. That's over 400. What more do you want this guy to do?
Yeah, like I said, I looked at his demeanor, and it looked like it was very poised. It was like he was very relaxed, which was cool, and he felt composed. I felt that he was composed, and it looked to me like he's like, dude, I can win this game. Just come on, guys, let's just get it together. Yeah. And I think what we're doing here, Uncensored, is I think we're trying to outsmart ourselves. I think the coaching, the defensive coach, Gannon, I'm really disappointed. Like, I don't see enough pressure at all on the QBs. I think Mahomes was able to pretty much do what he wanted the most of the game. I believe we got to him, 1 or 2 times?
Yeah.
But for me, it's just not enough. We got to get more pressure on these guys. I mean, I know they have, high-powered offense and all that, but you got to make Mahomes uncomfortable. You can't let him just demand the field and control the field. I mean, they didn't even punt the damn ball. I mean, that he's pretty much doing whatever he wants. On the other side, Jalen wasn't able to do what he wanted, because of just critical mistakes. And, come on, Ward, catch that ball, dude. Who else dropped it? Was it Ertz? Dude, come on, Ertz, man. Like, I'm up and down with Ertz. You got to catch these. You got to catch these guys. I mean, Jalen is trying to do his best he can right now, and you already know that he's already getting everybody's casting stones at him, and you guys just continue to let this guy down. Ertz, you're a veteran, dude. You got to make these. We talk about how great you are. You got to do it, man. You got to bring it, and there's no ifs, ands, or buts, man. You gotta do it. We can't wait for you to do it. But again, we got these growing pains. But I just feel that the coaching staff is trying to overthink everything and make it too complex. The game was very simple to me on how you beat the Chiefs. We were going to have to go toe to toe, guys. We're not
Yeah.
going to win with field goals. You knew when I seen that first field goal, I was like content with it, but I said, you know what? It's not going to be enough. And then we did it again. I said, you know what? I mean, it's back to basics. Yeah, you should have did it. You should have did this like in the San Fran game when it was a little bit closer. But
Yep.
when you're playing Dallas and the Chiefs, these 3 points is not gonna satisfy or even get close to winning this game. So, uh, got one more guy coming in. What's up, Raphael? You hear me?
Hey,
What's up, brother?
yes,
How
I
you
can
doing?
hear you.
This is a Panthers fan,
I'm
guys. He's
very good.
new to the channel. Except that you guys blew it against the dang stinking Cowboys, man. What happened? Talk to me.
Yeah, we lost against those Dallas Cowboys, but I just watching that game because, well, at the first and second quarter, we just had the great big record by Sam Darnold, but in the end, at the third and fourth quarter, we just saw that Dallas Cowboys improve defense. So we just finally just like a little bit because our ultimate goal was 4-0. Well, it's not happy because we have just only one lose. And we'll never give up. And the next big thing about the next Sunday, is the Eagles.
Well, I
But
gotta
I
give you
guarantee
guys
you, this is
props.
gonna be like an entertaining game because we just saw Sam Darnold versus Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, and you guys definitely are missing Run CMC, and you guys are also out with JC Horn. So I still got to give you guys props for doing what you did. I know Dallas thinks that they're going to the Super Bowl because they beat the Panthers, but you guys are missing some big pieces. You didn't beat the Panthers at their best. So um you guys got to learn from it. I haven't seen uh any highlights or anything. So what did uh what did Dallas do to you guys that was killing you guys? Was it the run game?
He froze.
Oh, he froze. Okay,
Yep.
let's see. Whoops. I took the wrong out.
It's all good. No,
Uh,
Bird Gang's correct, dude. Defense needs to be better. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Like, no lie, dude. You got to look at it this way. At this point right now where we're at, and you might disagree with me on this, but in my eyes, Jim Schwartz's defense was better than this defense right now last year. At least we almost had 50 sacks last year. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we weren't good against the pass, but, dude, we're not good against the pass now, even with a new defensive coordinator. So I would still rather be able to stop the run and sack quarterbacks and give up the pass than rather not be able to do anything at all. Because right now we can't do anything at all.
yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm thinking. That someone, I think,
Yes, and guys, I'm back.
Oh,
Sorry
yeah,
about that because that was the internet connection, but well, keep
yeah,
going.
yeah. Well, we were asking you, what did you see from Dallas? What did Dallas do to you that made it so difficult for you guys to get that win?
Yeah, that was so difficult because at first time at the second quarter, we just had it. We just had the 4-0 in our hands because at the first halftime we got 14-13. But
Right.
then in the third and fourth, and also that in the fourth quarter, and well, it just not happening because there was a little family. They had a one injury, and well, those Dallas Cowboys had improved the defense, and well, and for the good news is we're still on the first place at the Conference of South until Monday morning. If well, It happened New England Patriots versus the Buccaneers. But the next game is gonna be tough and entertaining because right now we have the Panthers versus the Eagles.
Is McCaffrey? Hold on real quick. Hey, what's up, Pablo? Hey, man, if you can join the stream, I'd love to have you on, man. I haven't talked to you in a minute, but if you can, I understand. But I'd love to have you on for, man, even if it's 20 minutes. Shout out to Pablo Gary and Philly Ace. What's good, man? How you been? Is McCaffrey? How long is he? Is he think he's gonna be out again for another week?
Yeah,
Oh man, a signal.
Oh, I thought that was me. Shit, that's awesome.
Nah.
No offense to him, but
Yeah, I'll give him a second here. Do you guys know about McCaffrey? If he's still, what is his injury? What happened to him?
hamstring.
Oh, so did they give how long, or they're just trying to see play?
I think
week
it's
by
like
week?
2 to 3 weeks.
And what? So is this his second week?
I think so.
And I have him on my fantasy. Of course, all my guys are getting screwed up.
Right?
I beat Vic, I think, today.
Vic.
Yeah.
All right,
I want to say one more thing
Yeah.
about this Eagles. About Nick Sirianni. I personally don't want to give up on him yet after just 4 games, especially after the fact that we all wanted to. Well, not we all, but like most of us wanted to give up on Doug Peterson after his first year, and literally we saw Philly 500 on NFL Live television in a video clip saying Doug Peterson sucked. And what happened? What happened after that? He was here for like another 3-4 years. So I'm not gonna give up on Sirianni yet.
No, it's not. It's not. I mean, you gotta like what you saw today from coming from that horrific thing we saw in that Dallas stadium.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And what, like I said, we have to be patient with everything that's going on. But one thing is just like the question mark. So Green Bay 27-10 Steelers. The game's over. We just need to see, the team progress. But the only thing is, like, I'm still questioning the running game. Like, what are we doing here? Like, are we putting Miles Sanders on ice? Like, we're gonna go for a run later? That makes no sense, man. What's up, Philly Ace? I can hear us.
Yo, what's good?
Yo, I haven't seen you in a minute, bro. Where have you been?
Man, I've been everywhere here and there. I've been
Damn,
talking
bro.
about little games here and there, y'all, man, about the losing situation.
Yeah.
It's just like I just don't like the defense at all. I just don't.
Right? I hear you, bro.
Like, I'm like, we can't even stop the run. We can't stop the pass, bro. That makes me mad each and every week. We got ass kicked like 82 games for the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
For the last pass, I'm like, come on, defense allowed. That ain't no good. If you ask me, man, I don't know what Jonathan Gans is doing nowadays. You need to start blitzing a little bit more when it comes to situations.
Yep.
I'll say
Yeah.
zone. I'm tired of the zone pass. I'm tired of the zone defense. I'm tired of that.
Well, in all honesty, if they want to do zone, I'm okay with that. But I'm just tired of playing zone where our corners are backed off 5 to 10 yards. If you want to play zone, I'm all for it. But then play press zone coverage. Like, get your corners right up in their face. At least try and bump these receivers for a split second to give our line just 1 or 2 seconds to get there. 1 or 2 seconds more, we might actually be able to get something. But when you're giving people quick slants for days, you're not really helping us at this point.
Yeah, Kenneth says, I think it's obvious Siri likes to pass, and he counts those short passes as runs. That's true. And the offense was fine today. The penalties killed us.
Yep.
Yeah, same.
Oh, that's the Panthers fan. My bad. I didn't see you.
Yeah. Hello there.
Yeah, he
Sorry
just
about that, because I have this We're internet connection, but well, here I go again,
Oh,
again, again,
snap.
again.
Hold on, we got a big guest coming in right now.
We're internet connection.
Hi, man, Pablo, man.
Again, again, again.
What's going on, man?
What's up?
What's good,
Got a big guest
Pablo?
coming in right
What's
now.
going on, everybody?
Hey, Paolo.
Man, Pablo, man. I'm getting some background. Got a big guest coming in right
What's
now.
going on, everybody?
Hey, Paolo. Doing good.
I'm sorry, I had to adjust that. I apologize.
Yeah, I went away.
Yeah, what's going on?
How, man?
How's it going?
It's
Man, I'm
good.
feel good, but well.
It's good seeing you, man. It's like, you
Been
know,
a
we
while.
miss your videos, man. And I know you're doing your thing and stuff, but it's like I kind of like I need my content guys out there, man, for moral support, man. We got to hold each other together, man.
Yeah,
But I'll let you go, man. How do you feel about the game? I'm not too mad. I'm mad we lost, but I'm not too upset from you know, Cowboys game killed me the most. But how you feeling today, man?
well, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. And shout out to
Anytime.
everybody in the chat, man, all the Eagle content creators and all of that and fans. Honestly, I'm not upset, man, because I think after last week's game against Dallas, it sort of hit me like, okay, are my expectations for the Philadelphia Eagles too high? Right. And as a fan, I had to sit there and sort of face myself in the mirror and say, we are a rebuilding team, and sort of come to terms with being okay with that. Like I'm okay with rebuilding. Like I think sometimes when we say rebuilding, we sort of attach it to like, oh, if we're rebuilding, we're like the Detroit Lions where we can't win a game or we can't be competitive through this process, man. And now when I'm looking at it, it's like, okay, this is my thing. I can lose and rebuild if my head coach is taking accountability, if my quarterback is taking accountability. Okay. It's not like we're losing and guys are pointing the finger. Guys are just don't know what's going on. We know what's going on. We just got to get better. And the truth of the matter is we got holes on this team, man. We got holes on this defense. And as a fan, you know, you want to sort of you want your team to be successful, but the truth of the matter is, listen, Jalen Hurts is working on his 8th start. 8 games. He hasn't even played 10 games in the National Football League, right? You go up against Dak Prescott. Okay, great. 72 games under his belt. All right. The Chiefs, Andy Reid, he has won. They celebrated him today because he's won 100 times with 2 separate franchises. Nick Sirianni, this is his 4th game, his 3rd game. You know, and so as a fan, it's like I put myself, I hold myself accountable because I'm sitting here and saying, what more do we want? You know, and in Philadelphia, what do we say all the time? Trust the process. And as a fan, I'm sitting here saying, I'm not even trusting the process. So I'm going to ride this wave because I know we got Tom Brady coming up. Look, the start of the season is rough. Okay, you're going against 2 quarterbacks who won a Super Bowl in the last 3 years. That's a tough feat for any head coach and for any quarterback like Jalen Hurts. But I tell you one thing, Jalen Hurts today, okay, no Lane Johnson last minute, no Brandon Brooks, no Jordan Mailata. We just paid him all of that money. Now he magically is just unavailable, okay? The man played a hell of a game. I believe Jalen Hurts is the franchise quarterback. I'm more happy because I'm sitting here projecting, right? I'm sitting here saying, okay, we got Devontae Smith, we got Jalen Hurts, and then guess what? The Eagles got 3 draft picks. Right now, as it stands, if the draft were to happen today, the Eagles will have 3 draft picks in the top 8, top 10. Okay, to fix this team, he needs more weapons, and this is why I was telling everybody we need a number 1 wide receiver. I was banging on the table for Julio Jones. I was telling everybody we can't force Devontae Smith to be this number 1 wide receiver. He's still a rookie. Jalen Reagor is only 22 years old. Jalen Hurts is only 23 years old, right? So I think as fans, you know, it's going to be rough. Enjoy the ride because there is light at the end of the tunnel for sure.
We got
And
Carolina next. By the way, yeah.
yeah, hey, Pablo, this is Rafael. He's a Panthers fan. He's suffering that loss from the Cowboys. But, they didn't have Run CMC and JC Horn didn't play.
Yes,
Um,
it is.
so, they did what they could. And to piggyback off of, the fan base and the expectations and all that, what I liked, what I saw from Jalen today was that
He
he
did
looked
good.
very composed. He looked like he wasn't like really stressing. Like I felt he looked like more stressed in the Dallas game because Monday night, all that stuff. But that's what I kind of liked for. I want him to be relaxed because at the end of the day, this is your team. This is your squad. We've been backing about, hurt season, this and that, the rent is due, all that stuff. Yeah, we don't need it all right now. We would love to have it be winning and all that stuff right now, but we just need you focused and we need you humbled. And I think maybe I feel like that Dallas kind of humbled him a little bit. And I saw what I saw today, and that's what we need him to be. If these receivers catch these balls, if these mental errors do not happen, I believe this game will be even closer than what it was today, and that's a big issue moving forward. I think we just got to keep cleaning this up. I don't know how you feel about our run game, but that worries me. But I got to see how Nick's going to adjust to that because I don't want Miles to feel that he's just being left out and it's all now we're just going to throw it in Gainwell's hands. I mean, Gainwell, it's not like he lit the world on fire today. It was 31 yards and Miles 13. So we almost had a closer game than what it was without an impactful run game. So can you imagine when the run game gets even better and Hurts does what he does? This team is going to look good, but the defense I feel is really behind, and I need somebody to step up and be that leader. I know McLeod was out there. I didn't really see what he did. But somebody's presence needs to be felt on the defense. Kerrigan, I think he had another kind of quiet game. I didn't hear too much about Kerrigan. Barnett, I don't know what his mental issues is going on right now. But he's lacking when it comes to that. He has to really kind of like settle down. I don't know if he's just like trying to make a point or something because no one's really shouting his name in a good way right now. But I need him to take like that step back and just get back to being what he can be.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
with. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That was that uncensored.
No, I was just agreeing with him. Oh, I was
Okay.
just saying, yeah.
Oh,
This is well to piggyback on what you were saying specifically with with Derek Barnett. I think he's a little frustrated because you got to understand he's a former first round pick out of Tennessee, right? But he sees a fourth round pick and Josh Sweat gets paid before he does. So I think he's pressing a little bit. He's trying to show the Eagles that that they should have invested in him. I think you were talking about the defense today. If there was any frustration that I do have with this team, I would have to point to Jonathan Gannon.
Yeah.
He's giving me like Jim Schwartz vibes, like where it's like if a scheme is not working, he's not adjusting, and that's to me. I can't stand a coach that just won't admit that his scheme isn't working. And for me, it's like his philosophy is all about, hey, we're not going to let anything over top of our heads. But if you're just inviting people to the red zone and saying, hey, we're going to play that game, it doesn't make any sense. Like all he does is give up these dink and dunks. And this is what's going on. What happened is the Eagles got exposed against the Dallas Cowboys. Okay. And the blueprint on how to beat the Philadelphia Eagles is this. If you can dominate and somehow, wear out Fletcher Cox, if you can wear out Javon Hargrave, if you can get to the Philadelphia Eagles' second wave of interior defensive linemen, you're gold. Because guess what? We don't have any linebackers like that.
Yeah.
Eric Wilson, he's okay, but he's not a household name. Okay. And then we don't have any safeties. I like Anthony Harris. All right. But this is his first year with the Eagles. Rodney McLeod, he should have been gone years ago. Malcolm Jenkins is in with the Saints picking balls off, scoring touchdowns. This guy's out there with one leg. He's off the ACL. So to me, this is just a team that Howie had to patch up. I think going in it, we were all hyped. Oh, we got Devontae Smith. Oh, we got this person. We got this player. It looks good, but like Jalen
I
Hurts,
use my dollar and yours for the drink.
it looks good, but it's just not a finished product. And I think,
Right.
if we saw, I'm sorry, yeah, it's just not a finished product, man. So I think there is, after the Tampa Bay, I know we don't play Tampa Bay, but I'm saying I just think the Eagles are going to lose against Tom Brady. I'm just a realist. Like, I didn't expect us to win today against the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm just being real. I mean, these are Super Bowl winning quarterbacks. And then you got Andy Reid, former Eagles head coach. We all know what he's about. So again, it's foggy right now. It doesn't feel good right now. But again, we got to do what Jalen Hurts and these guys are preaching. Never get too high, never get too low. And I think if we can do that as fans, we're going to be where we need to be, man. Because the Eagles, a ton of draft capital, over $40 million projected next year. This year, I think we need to, as fans, we need to just be real with ourselves and just understand what we're seeing, right? This is not like the Eagles we are what we are. Guys, we got some older players on this team, and we're trying to transition. It doesn't feel good, but it's where we are.
Let me ask you the $1 million question. How much more time do you need to see from Jalen Hurts to say that this we got our quarterback?
About 1 second. We got our franchise quarterback. Jalen Hurts is the franchise quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles. You got to understand, this is a business, man. Like, you can't just, number one, what does the money say? The dollars say his jerseys went up 500 times. So the fan base is letting you know they're behind him. You got to project. You can't see, the problem is we project quarterbacks of color when they don't have all of their pieces, right? He didn't have an offensive line today, and he damn near threw for 400 yards. What more do you want from the man?
This is the business part of it.
Okay.
So I'm thinking as Jeffrey Lurie, Howie Roseman, I'm trying to think, I'm trying to get in their mind. You're seeing, are they going to understand what we're trying to say is that with the losses, right? You're going to see another Eagles loss. You're going to see more losses, okay? That's just what we're going to see this year. Is that going to be the downfall where they're going to put in, oh, well, we can go get a Deshaun Watson and all that noise. The quarterback thing, right? Are they going to understand the trials and tribulations of what this season means? Are they going to understand that this is a rebuilding, retooling, however you want to say it? Are they going to understand it, from the $1 billion minds and the $1 million heads? Are they going to say, is this guy going to be because we're talking about a 5 to 10 year investment with Jalen Hurts, which you're right, we can build around him and all that stuff because this O-line's getting old. We got new pieces and all that. It's going to take some time. But the thing is, are they going to understand that? Because we might be looking at 9 losses this year. We might be losing maybe 10, depending, especially with our O-line getting banged up and we're losing players left and right. So are they going to see, like a game like today, are they going to see that and say, you know what, we got something right here? Or are they going to be like, no, he lost. It's a loss. It's another loss. So he's not cutting it. Are they going to see it that way? Or are they just going to be we got to go get another piece, another quarterback.
No, I don't feel that way at all, my guy. I mean,
No,
you got
not
to
us.
realize
I'm not
something.
talking to us. I'm talking about
No, I know. I
the
know
owners.
about them. Yep. No, and that's what I'm talking about. You got to realize something. They gave away $130 million quarterback last year for this kid. You know, they believe in him. I mean, you're not giving away somebody who's supposed to be your franchise for a dude you don't know if he is or not going to be. You know, that was a shit ton of money they gave up. They believe in this kid, and they know. I mean, even though collectively as a whole we might lose, they're still going to look at players individually. You know, and as long as Hurts comes out and he does what he's supposed to do, and he compiles the stats that he's supposed to, and he doesn't really do anything that bad, yes, I believe he's safe. You know, because you can put pieces around Jalen Hurts to win games.
And my other thing too, Pablo, is everybody's, getting. Now I don't say everybody, but a lot of the analysts are saying, he can't throw the rock. This is his problem. His inability to read the defense and blah blah blah. That's why he's not going to be a good quarterback. My thing is, I think what you saw from Jalen today wins games. If we clean up those drop passes, those penalties and all that, we're in that game. So I see enough from him that he can win ball games with just himself, on his back. But to me, with when he does overthrow, underthrow, or whatever, that's where these analysts come out and say, well, this guy ain't it. He ain't no franchise quarterback. There's content creators that do not like Jalen Hurts whatsoever. But I think a performance that he had today, that wins games, and that's what we need, right? That we need someone that can win us a game.
Yeah,
That's what we're looking for.
I totally agree. It's funny because, man, if Carson Wentz would have had the game that Jalen Hurts had today, we would, everybody would be through the roof. But I think when you look at Jalen Hurts, you got to also, it's not just about the stats. Like, we can sit here and say, oh, he threw for 400 yards. It's about the response, right? Because Carson Wentz had games where he played well, but the team just never respond to him. Jalen Hurts has complete control over this locker room. And when I mean control, I mean guys are completely bought into Jalen Hurts because he's not afraid to get up there. So, like in his press conference today, the media tried to make it about, Jalen, this was your best game. He said, we lost, man. I don't care about this game, right? We lost. So for me, to get back to your original question, I definitely think, like, this was Howie Roseman's pick. You know what I mean? And we all know that he wanted to sort of make up for missing out on Russell Wilson. Guys, you gotta understand too, like, Jalen Hurts, for a few more years, he doesn't cost anything, right? So to go in, this is what a fan thinks, like myself. A fan sometimes thinks, oh, I can just swap out Deshaun Watson for Jalen Hurts and everything's going to be all right. Well, if you got the same defense, it doesn't matter if he throws for 1,000 yards in a game. You're still going to have the same result, right? This is more about building and creating and establishing a new culture in Philadelphia. This is what this is about. Guys, there are some Eagles fans that have Carson Wentz PTSD, like we all do. Like, we have post-traumatic stress disorder from some of his dumb decisions, from the things that we've gone through, man. Like we've all bought his jerseys and all of this stuff. Like, it's not like you can't just get over a girlfriend like that. This is the growing pains from a bad decision, from thinking that Carson Wentz was the franchise quarterback. And for me, again, I think Jalen Hurts, his leadership on and off the football field. Okay? Think about it. The Washington football team, who did they take out of Ohio? The kid, the quarterback from Ohio. Haskins, okay? Now, they spent a first-round pick on Dwayne Haskins, okay? And he is now the backup quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers because he had no leadership off the football field. He had no leadership. He had no command. He's a kid. He's kid-like. And Jalen Hurts is only 23 years old, man. Like, talk to me when a kid has at least 20 games under his belt. The Eagles they only can get better. They only can get better. And I hope Howie Roseman, I hope, Jeff Lurie is like, okay, that game that Jalen played like the thing about Jalen Hurts is you can correct. He has a bunch of correctables. You could correct the overthrow pass. That he could clean that up next week. You get on the jugs, you and Devontae Smith, you get your time. See, a lot of this stuff comes naturally with the process. It comes naturally with the matriculation, the development, like timing. People like they have to get timing right. You know what I mean? Carson Wentz, he can't read coverages. Period. There's no way you got Miles Sanders in the flat and you sling it in the end zone and throw for an interception. Jalen Hurts can fix and correct what the little bit of mistakes that we're nitpicking on. Carson Wentz had just like horrible habits. Jalen Hurts does not have a single habit that he cannot correct.
How does he correct that issue when the play's breaking down and he's doing that backpedaling and kind of running out? And I think correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he had that happen. He threw it and it almost was an interception, but homie dropped it. Like those, I don't want him to do that no more. I want him that kind of feels like he's just slinging the rock just to hope for something good to happen. I don't want him to do that no more because if he's gonna just toss it, just toss it. Don't throw it up for grabs. That doesn't look. That didn't make me feel confident in him doing that. So
Yeah.
how does he correct that when the pocket collapses and he's running out? What should he do instead of just keep going back? What should he do instead?
He should just go to his first read.
Throw the ball away.
Yeah, throw the ball away, or if someone's open, go to the wide open man. Like, I get that they won't run the ball, but like you have to find anyone that's open. Or
if he didn't hit his first read and he still continued to back, what should he be doing? Just throw it out of bounds as quickly as possible, or should he do that thing where he's still trying to make a play?
I think, and trust me, I got that feeling today. I'm like, is this Nick Foles all over again? But I think again, he's a young quarterback. He has to get time to. I think it also has to do with our young, inexperienced wide receivers as well, because what they're doing is running the routes that the coaches are coaching them to do. But if you got a savvy veteran that he knows that the deep route is not going to be available, his second option is going to be to come back. This offense is so new, we can't build in like what if kind of like audibles, you know what I mean? So it's like with Jalen, it's kind of hard to put it on him when you don't have a Lane Johnson, because when Lane Johnson was in the lineup, he wasn't doing that. I mean, so and this is the kind of critique that I don't understand, because it's like he doesn't. Jordan, 4 of his 5 starting offensive linemen are gone. So I definitely agree with you. It definitely is sort of like annoying. It's like, what are you doing? What I think he's trying to do is buy time. I think if we had better wide receivers that understood the game just a little bit better, they would help him out. They would sort of change up their routes. I just think it's just all about timing, development, and this team and Jalen really just getting a feel for it, man.
So do you think that the receivers or tight ends or whatever, when they see Jalen is having that sort of situation, do you think they should already know, okay, we got to come back. We got to come back, even if it's just to get back to the line of scrimmage, or how do they kind of like not necessarily take so much damage or even get what do you call it when you get that penalty because you threw it? There was an ineligible receiver. What's that penalty? The
intentional grounding? No, not intentional.
Oh yeah. That like I don't know if he had one today. I thought maybe he did, but
he did have a grounding, I think.
Today he did.
Yeah, I think he did. I think he had one on one play. I don't remember it, but there was one.
He threw it. So what happened was Quez Watkins was in the slot, and Tyrann Mathieu came in on the blitz, and so he backed out of it, and then he quickly threw it at the feet of Miles Sanders. It wasn't intentional grounding. We didn't get that call, but he kind of got it. It was a dead play.
Oh, okay.
Well, and also, Birdman, let me add this too, bro. You know, there's another thing as well you got to remember. You know, in the last 4 years, Jalen has had 4 offensive coordinators, you know. And not just that, but in I believe it was Oklahoma, didn't he have like 5 OCs in 1 year? Like he has no consistency at all. You know, like you're talking about a guy who's had to learn a new playbook for the last 4 years. That's ridiculous, man. And to be able to come out here with only 7 games under your belt and do the performance you did with having all that packed and stacked against you, dude, imagine there's guys out there that have 4 years of consistent same play calling from the same guy. This guy has had to change all the single time. All right, it's gonna be hard. He's got to learn it. Shut the fuck up, Cricket. He's got to learn it, you know. But it's one of those things where once he learns this, and if we keep Nick, just the consistency alone is going to make this kid go even further, because he doesn't have to sit there and learn something new all the time. It's fresh in his mind. Next year in the offseason, when he comes back, it's not, oh, I have to learn all these new plays again. It's, oh, I can fix me. My mechanics. I can just focus solely on me because I know what the hell we're doing already. And that right there is what's going to make him take that next big step.
I have a question for everybody. And that was a hell of a take, Eagles Uncensored. Really was a hell of a take. What are we trying to see? What kind of stat? What stats are we looking for from Jalen Hurts to sort of solidify in our minds, okay, he's the franchise quarterback
Per game?
Yeah, like what are we looking for?
I kind of was thinking he was going to be a 2 to 250 guy with passing and with rushing, 60 and above. So that's why he probably won't have that many passing, because he could use the option to run, because he has that he can do it. He's a dual threat in my eyes. So I don't really see him doing 3 and above, but it's, seeing a game like today, people can be quiet and say that he can't throw, because obviously he threw a shitload of yards today. But I was going to be content with 2 to 250, 50 and 60 rushing yards, and I would have been completely satisfied with that. So he's right where my expectations are at with him. And, anything more than that's butter to me. I think that's cool. If he underperforms that, then if he's at a 1 to 150, obviously he didn't have a good game.
Yeah.
You're on the right track anyway, because you know what? Year to date so far, out of these first 4 weeks, he's at 247 yards per game. So he's right on track for you. He's 3 under the 250.
Right.
So
for me, I'd have to say, like, I'd like to see him have Birdman said around like 250 yards. I'd like him to have like 1 or 2 passing touchdowns, and like maybe like 50, 60 rushing yards. It's sad that he gets the most rushing attempts for, like, he's not even a running back and he gets more attempts than them. It's so sad.
Well, just to jump in on that big play, that's only because the RPO is built in.
It is. Yeah, I get that. But I still want, like, the running backs to get more carries. But if, like, it helps out Jalen Hurts, but you need to get the running backs involved, because if you want Hurts to be like that dual threat type of quarterback, then it's gonna be dangerous with those guys in the backfield.
But Slay, I'm also okay with them using Jalen Hurts the way they are, as long as they do it in a safe manner. If they're not putting him in harm's way and they're letting him run, I'm fine with that. And if he's smart enough to slide and not get hit, I'm fine with that. But as long as it's in a safe manner.
See, that's was like funny, because Carson Wentz was in his 5th year and we were talking about him trying to slide and learning to slide and staying safe.
Exactly.
Jalen Hurts is in his 8th game, and he's already doing this stuff. He slid how many times today?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So that's what I'm sitting here saying. It's just not. It doesn't add up. And I think honestly, if you take Jalen, you put Gardner Minshew in the game right now. You put him in a starting lineup. The whole team will look totally different. The whole team.
Yeah,
will look totally different.
and the other thing that I love that finally Sirianni did is they allowed Jalen Hurts to move the pile. I know he can do it. He can get that 1 yard. I didn't see a problem. He might have gotten 2 on that, and you got to stick with that. I remember. I don't know what the thing is. Nick Sirianni, get the mark. Your marker, mark it down, and just continue to do that. You were letting Jimmy G do that in Lincoln Financial. He was moving the pile. My boy Hurts can do the same thing. Just don't get too cute when it's a 3rd and short. Don't get too cute with it. Just run the fundamentals. Like it's building blocks. Like Pablo's saying, these are building blocks, and these losses that we're suffering right now could become wins towards the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing I want to say too, man, is I really like what we did today, but there is one thing I want us to learn.
Yes.
Play your game. All right, don't go in and try to adjust to Dallas's game. Don't go in and try to adjust to, the 49ers or any of them. Play your game. Make them do the mistakes. Make them play your ball. Stop sitting here and trying to adapt to them. Make them adapt to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to start playing Eagles football and stick to Eagles football. As long as we don't make mistakes like he preaches, fundamentals, and we don't make those mistakes and we let them do it, then we start putting people in the position we're in right now. We're shooting ourselves in the foot. It's time for us to start making them shoot themselves in the foot.
Let me ask you guys, do you guys feel that we made a second time halftime adjustment in this game?
Ooh, that's really
Offense,
tough.
defense.
That's really tough.
Both. Give me both.
Yeah, both, because I was watching Eagles versus Chiefs because that was an improvement about the defense. And that coach, Nick Sirianni, he needs to put attention about those next games right here because it was a huge loss against Kansas City Chiefs with the best quarterback in the modern era, which is Patrick Mahomes. And also they need to, is doing a good game, but they need to improve more because the next week is going to be Carolina Panthers us versus Philadelphia Eagles at the Bank of America Stadium. So they're going to be it's going to be a game because they have 3 lose straight because of that. But the only point is it's going to be interesting, but they need to improve. They need to put. But I don't think it's sure that Jalen Hurts is going to be first or the second quarter. We don't know exactly because they need to improve more to the defense and the online.
Yeah, that's fair.
I agree. Defensively, it didn't matter. That didn't matter what adjustments we made. They literally copied exactly what the Dallas Cowboys did, and that was just run it down our throats. And that's why I said the Eagles, it wasn't for me losing against the Cowboys wasn't the problem. It was the simple fact that now all 31 other teams understand how to beat the Philadelphia Eagles. That's the problem.
Exactly.
That's the problem. Because, again, Fletcher Cox and Javon Hargrave, they're great players, but they can't play the entire game. So, again, once you get past Fletcher Cox and Javon Hargrave, if you can get to Milton Williams, if you can get to Alex Singleton, if you could get to a one-legged Rodney McLeod, it's
and that's why before we got the other guys, and that's why it was so important when we had the Chiefs at that 3rd and long, and you still allowed Patrick Mahomes to eat and get that first down. That was big. That was big time because had we get that stop, the pressure is back on the Chiefs.
Mhm.
and we are closer in that game. But no,
Exactly.
we allowed that, and
Mhm.
guess what? More clock they ate up. The defense got even more gas. We didn't let this defense rest for nothing. They
It,
pretty
it
much the
doesn't,
whole game.
and it doesn't work. And I guess it doesn't work, and that's what I'm saying. I don't understand. As a fan, I'm sitting at home, I'm looking at the TV, I'm like, what is your philosophy, Jonathan Gannon? Because if all
Mhm.
he wants, if all he says is, I don't want deep balls going over the top of our head, you're just giving. I mean, it's for me, it's almost like he's trying to protect one thing, but everything else is what it is. And it to me, it tires out the defense because it wears them. Your scheme is wearing this defense down.
Exactly.
And I think I knew we were going to lose when he scrambled for that. When he got outside of the pocket.
Yeah.
My thing is adjustment in my mind is okay. They're not really getting the deep balls over our head. Tyreek Hill is he's going to get his. Let's start playing some QB spy. Let's make it sure if you could keep Patrick Mahomes in the pocket, now you're working to the advantage of our defense, our defense alignment, because they were collapsing. The Eagles, Fletcher Cox and Javon Hargrave, they were literally collapsing the interior defensive line. And so my thing is, why do we have Jannard Avery even around Tyreek Hill? What's the end goal here? So
And,
scheme wise, it seems like we just I don't know.
right. And
Uh,
I think that we're catching the Carolina Panthers at the perfect time. For the simple fact, a lot of a lot of people are, they overhype the Panthers. Oh, they're 3-0, da da da. They lost to the Dallas, but in all fairness, they got some injuries. We got some injuries.
yes, it is.
We might have some pieces to the puzzle back, but my thing is, I think the Carolina Panthers is a great team to play right now because
Yes, it is.
we're both kind of trying to feel where we're kind of going. So this is the perfect matchup. I don't you want to put Panthers way up here, like the analysts and all that stuff, and the Philadelphia's way down here. That's okay. This team needs to kind of like get into their own. This team, they could win a Panthers if they don't break down on those mental errors and mistakes here and there. But if they are able to beat the Panthers, we don't have to go crazy with it and say, "Oh, we're back in business. We're going for the playoffs and all this stuff." No, it's more just like, "Hey, we're gonna win some, we're gonna lose some." But
Exactly.
the end point is how we're doing it. How are we looking? How is the offense getting better? Are the receivers connecting more with Jalen? Is Jalen reading the defenses more? So
And
I
I
think
will
this
add
is
to
a
that,
great game.
Birdman.
Yes.
I will add to that, Birdman, not to cut you off and say, are we losing the locker room? Is Nick Sirianni, does he still have control over the locker room through the ups and the downs? I mean,
Good.
because we don't want to be sitting in a situation where guys, now we turn on ESPN and everybody's saying is Nick Sirianni on the hot seat. Okay. He
right.
is not, I don't think he's losing his roster. I really don't. I just think, the first couple of games are going to be tough. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I mean, in all fairness, Dallas, I had Dallas winning that game. They should have won the game. They've been doing that project. They're on their 6-year tour now. Okay? This is a 6-year tour, and of course they're gonna go back to the space-time continuum if they don't go to the promised land this year, like they do. But they should have won that game. If we would have won that game, we're like a lot of stuff is working for us, and we'll happy. We're taking it's an NFC East battle. But the thing is, what was done was done. It was an embarrassment. I don't think the game should have even been like that. It should have been a whole lot closer. In the beginning, you felt the rivalry going, but then I think that they said, you know what, we're going to have to do something bigger and better. We're going to have to compete. These guys are the real deal. We're in their house. We got to do what they're doing. They're throwing the rock. They're doing this. No, we got to do that. I want to throw the deep. Jalen, you're going to throw it deep. You're going to throw it deep. The shotgun. it was man. I think they just got too caught up in the moment. They got too caught up in the Monday Night Football thing and all that, and I think it humbled them. And you saw the result because they could have won in this game, and we could have just scored 7 points, and they would have up. The Eagles are terrible. Back to square one. They are who we thought they are, but the fact that I was very impressed with the composure of Jalen Hurts, and that is important.
Can we say this? Oh no, go ahead. Eagles uncensored. My bad.
Okay.
You're good, man. No, talk about composure. You bring that up. Remember that 4th and 2 when they sent 3 blitzers right in his face?
Yeah.
And like you said, he backpedaled. There was no hesitation. You didn't see him sweat. He just kept backpedaling, and he gave Gainwell that time. And as soon as Gainwell opened up, he put a dime right on his numbers. First down. I mean, that's stuff you can't teach. This kid is built like that because that is who he is. He was raised that way by his dad at a young age. So, hey, when the pressure's on, just stay calm. Everything will work out. And there's nothing wrong with that mentality. In fact, that's what's going to make this kid great, is if he can keep that same mental state where nothing is too crazy to come back from and never panic. Dude, he's going to be just fine. I have no issues with him whatsoever, man.
I kind of it's kind of like, can we just for a moment say that Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes, they were going back and forth for 2 quarters? I mean, can we sit right there and understand, like, this is his 8th start going against a Super Bowl MVP. Like, we weren't in a situation where it was like we just got blown out. Oh, Patrick Mahomes scored, Jalen scored, Patrick, Jalen. And to see that at 23 years old, you got to get behind that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, like I said, it could have been a blowout. Like, we could have had literally 6 points today, but no.
Promise you, if Carson was on this team, that game wouldn't have been as close. Hands down, I promise you. That shit would have been a blowout.
Carson Wentz's team, by the way, is 1-3. Coming into this, they were 0-3. Let's just.
Keep going. Hey, go Carson. We need that first round, man. We need that first. Keep going.
By the way, because we have to keep an eye on him just because of the pick, did he do good today? Does anyone know?
He was like 20 for 27 for 152 yards, something like that. I think he had an interception. His feet, his ankles are he can't move. So they're running the ball right now. So they're playing it safe, but he had a decent game.
And that's something. Shout out to Howie, dude. Like you look like a fucking king right now because of that. Like, so I won't lie. I was a little like skeptical of it at first too. I was like, but hey, you know what? We look smart for doing it so far, and I hope we keep showing that because I don't want to look stupid.
What I was thinking. Oh, go ahead, Raphael.
No, I was thinking that because right now the schedule is very busy for the Philadelphia Eagles because the next week is against Carolina Panthers because we had the first position and the NFC South. Then to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which is really hard to beat Tom Brady. And then Las Vegas Raiders with Derek Carr, which is doing the best. I think it's very tough to have a tough schedule for the Philadelphia Eagles. So the point is, if Nick Sirianni had to do like the guts to say, hey, we gotta improve this, we gotta the online, we got a difference over the 3 games, that'll be difficult.
Yeah, I think in today's game, this is great film to build off because can you Sam Darnold, Derek Carr? I mean, these are Patrick Mahomes. So I think you said it, Raphael, he's the best modern day quarterback. And I think moving forward, even when I saw everybody walking into the locker room, I saw smiles on guys' faces because not like, we lost, but I kind of felt like guys knew, like, man, this is the Chiefs, man. You got to put some respect on their name. And for them to play how they played against the Chiefs, to be going through it, to be going through a transition year, to have a rookie head coach, to have a quarterback that doesn't have 10 games under his belt, to have a rookie wide receiver, to have, I mean, come on.
Yeah, they have it amazing because they won the Super Bowl 2020 and they lost against Tampa Bay Buccaneers the last season. But thinking about it, because not only us, the Carolina Panthers, we lost, is because we had a history in the franchise because we just see Sam Darnold doing 2 touchdowns at the first quarter. So it's like, wow, this is really amazing because he's having a good time. Even he's out of the Jets, but he was doing, hey, Sam Darnold is making a good point for the Carolina Panthers because in the last season, we didn't have somebody great. But this season right here is going to be like improving. It's got to reform the formula between not only Sam Darnold, but also there's Robbie Anderson, DJ Moore, and of course Christian McCaffrey. But I think it's out for a couple weeks because, well, about the joint and also JCD. But well, it happened so much because it had to improve in that bout because we just saw at the last 3 games we just saw top 10 difference. And not only that, we just have the movement. And we just that game was doing DJ Moore over the last game against Dallas Cowboys. It was like wow, it was shocking because he had the guts because
Yeah,
of that.
like I said, this is I think this is going to be a great game because of just where the teams are at, and I think Jalen has another opportunity here to probably get a dub, and that's no shot against Carolina or anything. They're a good team. They're doing what they're doing right now, but this is a very winnable game. And I'm kind of excited that we're playing the Panthers. I think it's the perfect time because we got the Thursday night. It's going to be a short week against Tampa, but
Yes.
I hope it's kind of like what we saw today. I hope we fight as much as we can, clean up the defense, and Jalen just get key on what you made mistakes on.
Yeah.
And I heard a lot of people today, in chats and stuff, giving, like Pablo said down there, they were smiling today, and it wasn't like a smile like, hey, we lost, but they smiled because I think internally, like when Nick tapped Hurts on the back and he was smiling and, they laughed a little bit. I think internally they know they're on the right track, especially after the performance that they had today against Kansas City, who was in the Super Bowl, and I just feel they feel internally they're on the right track to move forward and get where they actually intend to be. So I don't take that as a disrespecting. I don't take bad thing at all. I take it more along the lines of they're comfortable now and they know it.
Yeah, and I think even though the Chiefs won, I think internally they maybe feel like they lost because you're Andy Reid. You just won. Today was we all know he was, 100th win with the Chiefs and he got 100 wins with the Eagles. And you're
Yes.
allowing the rookie head coach to keep up with you. It really says more about the Chiefs than the Philadelphia Eagles. It really does. So, I mean, some holes that if the Eagles sort of fix some holes, I think in the future, you know what? I love this game. I'm sorry, it's really hitting me because I'm telling you, the Eagles are going if we can fix some things this offseason, we're going to be able to compete against the elite. Trust me.
And two, like I said, we have to kind of take a step back, look what's going on, and these losses, like I said, could become wins at the end because remember, we're going to be playing the Giants. We're going to very winnable. We're going to play Washington, very winnable.
Mhm.
And if the Cowboys are right where they're not too far gone, we could still kind of be in this thing. We could fight towards the end of November, December. We could still fight for this. Thing's just not over. So you know how teams start rocky in the beginning,
Mhm.
and then they start clearing it. They start looking a little bit. But we might go on 4 or 5 game run towards the end. But that's when we'll get here. We got to finish today. and they're throwing us. You know what they did to the Eagles? They said, "Oh, we're going to your last place schedule. We're going to throw you Tampa Bay, the one they just won the Super Bowl. We're going to throw you the Kansas City Chiefs." You know, so they're throwing all this at us right now. So in a way, even losing to the Cowboys, we got to humble it up, gather our information. Defense, somebody's got to show up for defense. I need a leader to rise up and take control. You know, we don't have that Malcolm. We don't have that BG. I know he's on the side, but we need somebody to open their inner B doc and get out there and just make it rough. Like that play that happened where Mahomes ran for it should have never happened. We should have locked it down.
Oh,
Do we have that player on this roster? Is he on this defense?
No, I was just about to say that, dude. If you want that, I'm going to tell you right now, you need a linebacker. We definitely, hands down, 100% need a linebacker. And I'm going to tell you right now, trade Barnett and a pick and go get someone. And I'm not talking about some old dude. I'm not talking about some 28, 29, 30. Get someone like 26. You know, someone you can build around. Someone who's going to mean something. You know, and he's got to be a playmaker, but there has to be something that has to happen, or you're going to piss away your season. Truly, you are.
I know, and I just want to throw this name out there for everybody because I know he's a free agent. He went to Alabama. I know he has some off the field issues, but Reuben Foster is out there, and I don't understand why the Eagles haven't given him a call. Now I know he has some domestic violence issues and all of that. I think they have moved past that, but can Jalen Hurts get in his ear, right? Can Devontae Smith, as an Alabama guy, right? It's different than another guy, but these are Alabama. Landon Dickerson. True.
Yeah,
I mean, is Hassan Reddick an option still? Because I know he was they were looking at trading him at the end of the year last year for Arizona. So is he still tradable, or they still have him up in the air, or what? Because I know they grabbed a couple linebackers in the draft. So
is he?
I'd love to have Riddick. He's a linebacker.
Is he?
He's a left outside. Yeah.
Okay, and he's from Philly.
Yep, he went to Temple.
Right.
Yeah. I would love to have Riddick on this team, dude. He's a linebacker. He's young. He's only like 24, 25. And they were looking at trading him at the end of last year. So if that's an option, hell, throw him some draft picks. Let's get him in here. He could really help our defensive linebacking core, for real.
I'll be remiss if I didn't say this. And I know we give Howie Roseman credit for the Devontae Smith pick and the Carson Wentz, the draft capital that we're going to get from Carson. But Derek Barnett is a first-round pick. Andre Dillard is a first-round pick. You got beat out by a guy who didn't even know the color of a football. Though that's huge. That's huge, man. Derek Barnett could have been our middle linebacker, our all-pro middle linebacker. Andre Dillard could have been a Hollywood Brown on the opposite side of Devontae Smith or Justin Jefferson. This is also Howie Roseman has to own on some bad picks, man, and we're suffering from it. We're suffering from Carson Wentz PTSD and also PTSD from the horrible draft picks that Howie Roseman made, man. I mean, think about it. Your second round pick in JJ Arcega-Whiteside, he has more tackles than catches. I mean, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, that's a little.
JJ Arcega-Whiteside had a forced fumble. Oh God.
Yeah, that's a little out there. It's a little far-fetched, man. But you're right, like a guy. So back to Pablo Gary's theory, come draft time, you see how Micah Parsons is doing over there in Dallas. That dude's doing work over there. He's doing more work than the veterans down there. So getting a guy like that on this team is going to help tremendously. But we have to make sure we get the right guy and not take, do a JJ thing on us or a Dillard thing on us. Like, these picks, they got to hit, and they got to hit hard.
I'll give you a name. Kevon Thibodeau from Oregon, defensive end, 6'5", 20 years old.
Ooh.
The kid coming off the edge is oh my goodness. If the Eagles get right now, the Eagles will have the 3rd overall pick, the 6th overall pick, and the 8th overall pick.
Right.
Mhm.
If the Eagles can somehow get Kevon Thibodeau and Derek Stingley Jr., the cornerback out of LSU, those are 2 blue chip players on defense that I think is going to kickstart us to the next level. Because honestly, offensively, I just think we need one more dominant piece. And if it was a wide receiver, I would go George Pickens, the kid out of Georgia. But yeah, Birdman, I think you're 100% correct. We got to make it work. And then here's another guy that I think, outside of the draft that we can take a look at. And I think outside of Jalen Ramsey, he's probably the best cornerback in the National Football League. And that happens to be a kid from Philadelphia. And he's currently playing with the Green Bay Packers. And his name is Jair Alexander. Oh, my goodness. You talk about the Philadelphia Eagles getting Jair Alexander. Okay, he's coming up on a huge contract extension. Aaron Rodgers is about to leave. Why does he want to stay? Come home to Philadelphia. Come home to Philly, and let's fix this secondary.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah,
can
because
I got to run with that real fast because you just opened up a can of worms. Okay, no lie. I love where you're going with that. Okay, first off, I would take every pick that we have in this draft coming up, and I would solo base it all on defense. Maybe 1 or 2 picks on the offense of line if you want. If somebody's truly there that you just can't resist. But I would take every pick that we have and use it solely on defense. Like no offense. I love our offense the way we're going. In fact, I would use our 50 million cap that we have in free agency to do the offense. Because here's the thing, you make a valid point. There's one thing Davante Adams said, when Aaron Rodgers leaves, I leave, which means guess what? Aaron Rodgers is leaving next year. Does that mean Davante Adams becomes available? Because if so, you can gladly pay Davante Adams and line him up right next to Devontae Smith. I would love the shit out of that.
The double
and
dragons.
You have the cap to do
the
it.
double dragons. That's what
Yep.
Big Pablo said a long time ago.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. You could do that. And, dude, that would be the sickest combo ever. Smith and Adams, goodbye. Okay. And then not just that, but he also brings it up. You might even have the cap space to bring in Alexander as well. If you could grab Devontae Smith or Devontae Adams and Alexander in free agency and then draft the rest on defense, lights out. It's over.
And so
Yes,
Lights out. It's over.
okay.
And I think that's exactly what the Eagles have to do, because while you're not playing Jalen Hurts, you better take advantage, because when Jalen is going to get paid. If the Eagles can mess around all they want to, they can keep playing these mystery games. Is he the franchise quarterback? When Carson Wentz drove down the field with Doug Peterson his rookie year against the Cleveland Browns and scored that touchdown with Nelson Aguilar, everybody said right then and there, he's the franchise quarterback. He is the guy. See, we gave Carson Wentz the keys. We didn't give Jalen Hurts the keys. He's taking it. And I'm telling you, if we sit up there and Davante Adams already said during the draft, he said, if you get my name mixed up for Devontae Smith, that's all right.
Yes.
Shout out to BLSG. He was at the game, man. That must have been. I feel bad when I see all the Eagle fans cheering and you see the points go on the board and they're like, not today. Let me take them out. Oh, man, I feel so bad. Like lately, they kind of stopped me from cheering when I see a touchdown. I have to pause for like a couple of minutes, wait for the commercial break, and then, oh, it is a touchdown. Because, man, these refs lately, I just don't understand, man.
They're horrible, man. They're horrible.
Yeah.
He wants to be a linebacker that's like Anthony Barr.
Ooh.
What up, Richie? How you doing, man? Man, Richie in the building.
Richie MC.
Yes, it.
But like I said, it's kind of funny, man. I really wasn't too upset today. I was like, I think I was just kind of like, I was excited to just see the composure, man, with Jalen, because I thought maybe all the noise was going to get to him. the whole he can't throw it, he can't read defenses, and he doesn't know how to play. He ain't a real quarterback. I see the Twitter out there. I see it.
If you're a black quarterback who can run, you can have a Brett Favre arm. They're going to say you can't read defenses. That's just how it goes, man. Unfortunately,
the noodle arm, he got no arm. So
well, and honestly, what pisses me off the most too, man, is if Jalen Hurts was on any other team, he wouldn't be disrespected like he is right now.
Yeah, they pick on the Eagles. I mean, hey, even Darnold ain't even getting picked on over there at Carolina. They should be picking on Darnold.
Yeah, like it's funny because they're not talking about these like Jalen Hurts. Everybody, just in case people forgot, Jalen Hurts is a second-round pick. He wasn't a first-round guy. Okay, how many first-round quarterbacks? All right, that was drafted high. Josh Rosen, right? Who can't get it right? Right? Josh Rosen can't get it right. Sam Darnold can't get it right, but you don't hear it in the mainstream media. But what we do is we pick on, quarterbacks in the second round who's actually overproducing. He's actually overproducing. He shouldn't even be doing what he's doing now, but he is. And that's why I think that Jalen Hurts deserves so much credit, man. And I just point right back to his leadership. And I think Eagle Uncensored was talking about it earlier, man. His background, his upbringing, he's the right quarterback for Philadelphia.
Oh yeah, and let me give you another theory real fast, dude, about the media. All right. Do you know why I think that they hate Jalen Hurts so much, bro? Because I believe he's the first quarterback that this media has ever come in contact with where they realize they can't get to him. I mean, think about it. They can't get to this kid. They can't get under his skin. And they hate that shit. Because usually, you can talk about Carson and you might get a rise here or there or a little dig back. You don't hear that with Jalen. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if you can't break a guy's spirit and you can't get under his skin, dude, kill him with kindness. I guarantee you that's what his dad said. And you know what? That pisses people off more than anything.
But Eagle Uncensored, can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Why or we're really all of us, but and the fans in the chat. To me, it seems like the Eagles media try to attack and antagonize these players, and I just I don't get the questions. I don't get I just don't get it. Like, why is it I kind of feel like the Eagles media tries to attack their very own players just for the article.
The clickbaiting thing. Hey, what the hell was that penalty they called on who the hell was it? Was it JJ in the end zone where they
Oh yeah. No, what it was is it was pass interference. He had his fucking forearm shoved in the guy's throat. That's pass interference. You can't do that.
Yeah, that was a great call. He should have if he would have just ran his route or just pretend like you're running your route.
Damn you, JJ.
Bro, like you're in the end zone. There's no reason for your hands to even be up there. Just keep your hands on his chest. The ball wasn't even anywhere near for that guy. He was blocking anyway to get to him. So it's like, bro, just do your job.
JJ Arcega-Whiteside is the problem. This man is costing us games. He's literally costing us games.
Raphael, this guy's saying, he's saying, how about them Cowboys? Give it to him, man.
Oh, please don't remind me of that game again, because in the first and the second quarter, we had it. But in the third and fourth quarter, we just lost it. We just fumbled it because it was the defense. But it was just like a tough game, but they improved the defense. And but at first, I was really good. I was really excited because we got it. And the third and fourth quarter, I'm just mad. But it was a tough game, but
PI that. Yep. They will PI that pitcher. Jalen balling. Was shout out to Smoke Lab is that Lab or Smoke La? What's up, man?
Smoke La.
Smoke La. Why are fans harsh against him? Wentz love or want a Pat Mahomes type quarterback? Who does not?
Oh.
I don't know,
and that's what's bad, man, is everybody has it in their mind these days that you need an automatic MVP quarterback to be successful. and that's false. You don't need an MVP quarterback to win a Super Bowl. You
And
don't.
Eagles fans, if Eagle fans subscribe to that sort of thinking with Nick Foles, something's just not right. We won a Super Bowl. I mean, what's wrong? we literally
He's
won.
preaching though. Preach it, bro.
Come on, we won a Super Bowl with the guy who was about to retire. He wasn't no MVP. He said, "I'm want to leave this game," and he came back. You win a Super Bowl with a team, a complete team.
Yeah.
I got to get one of those, Birdman.
But that's what I'm saying, though. That's what I'm saying. If you
Oh,
build
yes.
around Jalen Hurts, you will win. I mean, granted, he's not going to be the guy that is going to give you the Pat Mahomes type shit, but he will win. That's the point. Is that not what this is all about? Winning.
Yeah, he did, and he was very composed.
Yeah.
He was very composed today.
Yes.
Should have kicked field goal anyway, even after the half, the distance to the goal. Not sure if Ertz got in the end zone. And you know who I was very tough on? It was Jake Elliott. I was very tough on the whole offseason. I was really pissed at Jake Elliott, and he has silenced the Birdman. I've been pretty quiet. He's been hitting the field goal, so I'm happy about Jake. He is back. He is back to being called Jake the Snake, because I had him Jake the Worm for a minute, but now he's back to Jake the Snake. So I hope he keeps up the streak alive. Keep the streak alive.
And real quick before we go on too, bro, I got to shout out Dallas Goedert, man. What a fucking catch in the end zone, dude. Holy shit. Like,
we got to see more of that. We got to see more of that Dallas Goedert, man.
Other than the fumble. That fumble was bullshit. I'm going to tell you that. You need to hold on to that ball. But other than that, dude, hell of a game, man. No lie.
That Dallas fan that said to go Cowboys.
Samson and Sheila, Mama Field, shut up, bitch.
Oh man, we don't want to hear about no Cowboys winning right now.
Yeah,
you guys enjoy it for right now.
Yeah, the Cowboys.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's about finishing. You know, these guys are celebrating. That's how you know you have a losing culture. You know, when you're celebrating in the beginning, you know what I mean? Like, you guys got to get to the finish line. You know what I mean? Like, you guys got to get to the end. Like, you guys haven't won anything yet.
Remember, y'all went 7-1, and then you went 7-9 and missed the playoffs completely. That same year, you went 7-1, then you lost 8 straight. And what happened?
Man, but hey, real quick, wouldn't it be so exciting that we start getting in some winning games, winning ways towards November, December, and that Dallas game means something? Wouldn't it be so nice to just they show up to the league and we ready, all that. Oh man, I can't wait. And in fact, what's gonna be more exciting? I'm gonna try to be there either way, but I'm gonna go to that game. I'm gonna be at that Dallas game in Philly. But I hope it's for a reason. And man, if Dallas didn't bring their A game and didn't run away with the division, and they let a little bit open for us to come back, they're gonna wish they didn't. Because one thing that really pissed me off about the Dallas game is it was getting a little chirpy in there, and they were going. They even went to our sideline, got in our faces and all like that, and we don't play that, man. We don't play that.
Yeah.
Especially when Washington. Remember when Michael Vick? We went to Washington with Deshaun Jackson. They started getting chirpy, and they were about to rumble in the beginning. You guys got to be like that. Don't make the Philadelphia Eagles look soft, man. That's one thing you do not do. And I felt that they got kind of humbled for a minute. But when Cowboys go to Philadelphia, this better be a Rocky movie in the making, because we're going to bring that energy. And I know Hurts took this game real personal, because I saw it today. So moving forward, I want to see more of it. And we just got to clean up. We just got to clean it up, guys. It's how soon we clean this up. But we got to take these L's. But it's the way we take the L's, the way we come back from the L's, because these L's could turn into W's. We just got to clean up the mistakes, and that's even including our coaching staff and anybody, mental errors. Dillard. You're out there for a
Yeah.
reason. You're out there for a reason. You're supposed to be, doing your thing. Right now's your opportunity. Mulata's not right there right now, so it's your time. But you
Okay.
you're still making those mental errors, man. And you were a first round pick, my guy.
Yeah, and you know something too, man, that's gonna really be crazy. All right,
Oh
say
my
your
God.
prediction comes
Look at
true.
Pablo.
Say your
Oh my
prediction
God.
comes true,
Say
and
my
somehow we, can come back in this run, and somehow we can get down to the very last game with Dallas, and we somehow win it. Then thank you, because you guys are the reason that we got Devontae Smith, and in the end, you're the reason that you fucked yourself. If that would happen,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? Because if you never would have swapped us, Giants would have taken Smith, and you probably wouldn't be in this predicament then. But we'll wait
Washington
till
won
that
today.
time comes, huh?
Washington won today.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Yes.
Washington. Everyone won today, but us.
Okay.
Yes, against the Falcons.
They
Well,
barely won, by the way. We'll just put it
bend
that way.
don't break.
Yeah, and I would love to compare, and trust me, I was a huge Kyle Pitts guy, but we're talking about value. I would love to compare, a fourth overall pick to Devontae Smith, the 10th overall pick. Devontae put up 10 catches, over 122 yards. I don't know what Kyle Pitts did today, but just want to throw that out there.
He's been non-existent for the first 4 weeks.
Yeah, yeah. So you draft a guy fourth overall, oh, you gotta have some kind of impact, and he just doesn't have it.
Yep.
Yep.
No
That's
one's
fact
saying
right there.
Jalen ain't a leader, bro. He is definitely the leader of this team, hands down.
Oh my.
Will Mulata and Johnson be in the starting lineup next week? Hope so. I mean, I hope everything's okay with Lane. I hope it's not something, no death or something to, something really bad, because that's gonna mess up his mind a little bit. So hopefully it's just maybe somebody was really sick or whatever it was. So I hope nothing really bad happened with the Lane Johnson situation. But he should be back. He should be back.
Now, here's the thing, though. If you find out it wasn't anything that important and he missed this game, would that piss you off? Because it would me, especially the
Well-
situation we're in right now at 1-2, trying to learn and be consistent. Missing a game like this today, if it wasn't
Well-
important,
Maybe if they didn't play like the way they did today, and if it was just a total, abomination or something like that, maybe I feel a little bit different or whatever. But I mean, the guys stepped up. I mean, they stepped up, man. Even I gotta hand it to the O line. I mean,
Yeah.
I gotta hand it to the O line
Yeah,
for just bending but not breaking, and I gotta hand it to my man Jalen, man. No one's gonna give him that props except for the real ones.
yeah. The offensive line, even outside of those stupid penalties, Andre Dillard played a hell of a game. I mean, he played a hell of a game, and I'm telling you, Jack Driscoll, he played a hell of a game.
hmm
This offensive line,
It's all good banter. It's all good, man. We just messing with you. Oh, we got Mitch in the building.
Well,
Mitch
and Pablo, you got to understand something too, man. And I made this point today. That line you pretty much see is your offensive line going forward once Johnson is gone and Brooks is gone. Driscoll is your heir to Lane Johnson.
Okay.
And I'm telling you what, Driscoll, hey, props to that guy. I've had nothing but praise for him since the moment we drafted him. High expectations for him. Herbig, hell of a job. I have high hopes for him as well. Our next Brandon Brooks right there. Other than Kelsey, that's our line moving forward in the future. And they did a hell of a job. And in some way, that kind of screwed Johnson too, because it kind of proved today that we don't need him. If you think about it in a weird way.
he had a makeshift O line, and he hung in there today.
Okay.
What's up, Mitch? How you feeling, brother? How you feeling today? How'd you feel? I know it's a loss, but how did you feel overall?
Overall, the offense played well. I like the offense. The defense, I can't stand, and the penalties are worse. Like, we could have had 21 points if it wasn't for the penalties and Devontae Smith going out of bounds.
Hello, Mitch. How's it going?
I'm good. I'm good.
Name's Raphael Chesson. I'm the captain. I'm the Panthers fan, and also I'm a journalist with Eswatch Centrum. How's it going?
Oh, it's going good, man. It's going very good right now. I mean,
The-
I did my rant video, so all my anger's out. Like,
Yeah,
Hey,
it's really tough that they lost against the Chiefs of Kansas City with Patrick Mahomes or Travis Kelce, to be honest. But also I'm sad too because Panthers we lost against Dallas Cowboys. But that's good. That's good. But that's good because the next week we got Panthers versus Eagles. It is really watching.
my,
Should be
my,
interesting game between Jalen Hurts versus Tom Darnold, Devonta Smith versus Sorry Anderson. Should be excited.
yeah, yep. Can't wait.
you guys got to start getting your fluorescent pins on your hats, man. That's the new style, man. It's new style going in Philly. You get your fluorescent markers, you put them in your
Oh, the
hat.
fluorescent one. Oh
Yeah,
my
you
God.
Did anyone text Foothills?
gotta do that.
Mm.
I don't know. I haven't heard from Foothills yet, man.
Oh,
No, I
Wow.
talked to him this morning, but I haven't heard from him since. I think he's still
What is next?
kumbayaing right now.
Former wide receiver, Mountain Union, telling Devontae Smith, Rager, when they look at the film, both wide receivers choose to run around the corner instead of playing through him, causing them run out of bounds.
Well, I'll say this. I think it's more about spacing and alignment. I mean, because today we had how many penalties where guys couldn't even get lined up correctly, right? So I don't think it's I mean, Devontae Smith is we all know where he is. You know what I mean?
oh,
So
he was a former offensive quality control coach for the Chiefs.
Right.
Mike Sirianni.
Yeah.
For over 4 years, and then he changed to the San Diego Chargers and the quarterback coach, and then he was the offensive coordinator for over 2 years at the Indianapolis Colts.
Is he calling Mahomes honeycomb? You can't
Oh
let
my
honeycomb
God!
sit back there. AK Kermit the Frog. If Johnson was impaired asking for a trade, that's only reason I would be angry at him. But that's probably not the reason. Good thoughts directed his way.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't even know if we'll get the right answer too. Because
yeah.
Johnson has been an Eagle for such a long time. I don't know. I don't even know if they're gonna let us know exactly. They might sugarcoat it a little bit, but hopefully, I don't know what it was, man. But hopefully, it's
Yeah.
nothing too serious, man.
Yes, it is. Guys, I'm about to leave right now because I had a work tomorrow. And Paulo Gary, it was nice to well to hear you. And well, I just want to make sure you can follow this guy right here, the Bergman 951, because he had
Yeah.
a great content on YouTube. And thanks for having me. And also, as a Carolina Panther fan, a journalist with Asperger's syndrome, which is not a sickness, it's just a special condition. I was born and raised in Barquisimeto, Venezuela, and right now I'm living in Charlotte, North Carolina. I just had a hell of a good time talking with the Eagles, the Panthers. I will hope to see you next time. So here's the
Yo.
cap right here.
Yo, hit me up on
Absolutely.
Twitter. Yo, dude, hit me up on Twitter. We'll do a collab stream, Eagles and Panthers. We'll do that.
Oh, do you have a username on Twitter?
It's Mitch Coxey right here.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just hit
I'll
me
send
up
you
on
up.
We're,
Okay,
we're all on Twitter, man, so you can find us anytime, man.
okay,
All
gotcha.
right, brother. All right, thanks
Okay,
for
see
coming.
you there.
see you, bro.
Yep.
See you there.
So, like I was saying, I think that catching the, I think we're catching the pat. I think this is the perfect game for the Eagles, guys. I think this is a perfect matchup. I don't want to talk about injuries. What it is. We're going in hostile territory. Get out of the link for a little bit. I know we want that home game win. It's going to come soon, but I think this is the perfect matchup for them to kind of clear their head a little bit and just focus at the task at hand. And let's just keep building blocks. Like I said, these L's are going to turn into dubs, and that's what I want to see. That's what we as Eagle fans. That's what we need to see. I know people think that we're going to win only 2 games and all that stuff, but I'm just not. I'm just not ready to do that. I'm just not ready to just write off this team right now. I gotta see more. I understand the defense is struggling, and I understand that we having just like these little things where even that Niner game, Pablo. I didn't really
I was
talk to
there. I was there. So.
yeah, Pablo,
Oh,
man.
you went to the game?
Yeah.
I even
Oh,
though
I-
we lost that game, but I felt that we were still there. It's just these things happening, block field goal, like it's just like but like I said, these L's have to mean something. What I mean by that is I gotta see where they learn. Are they learning from this, or they're just gonna carry over? Are they learning or carrying over?
And I think what we saw today was a sign that we're learning and it's carrying over, because really the Eagles should have got smacked by the Kansas City Chiefs. That's just when you look at the roster, it shouldn't have been a back and forth kind of game, but it was. And so I saw progression from Dallas to the Chiefs.
Offensively, I saw that. Defensively,
Voice for
I did
Life
not.
says the defense is gonna destroy y'all. I'm gonna check out those highlights, man. I gotta see, but I think you guys ate on them pretty good today.
They had over 200 rushing yards combined
Yeah.
in total.
The Panthers, the
Yeah.
Cowboys
Cowboys did, yeah.
today.
Today, Ezekiel Elliott
Carolina.
had 143 or something like that.
See, they're getting back to it. They're getting back to it, man. They just running the football. They got because they wasn't doing that before they played the Eagles. They wasn't really running it heavy like that. But to eclipse over 200 yards.
No, I didn't beat up Dark Vader yet, man. Dark Vader's on my side. But yeah, like I said, this is I haven't seen the Cowboys game highlights or whatever. But it doesn't matter what Carolina is or isn't. I think this is the perfect game for them to just kind of, hey, let's see what we learned from this loss. That's why I said these have to be building blocks. If we turn around and just continue, this pattern or whatever, and then not learning from it, then this season is just going to go to waste. Even all the talent that's there, Miles Sanders, everybody that's getting older, because you got to look at Fletch, you got to look at Lane, you got to look at Kelsey, Zach Ertz, all these guys. Big play Slay. We got what's going to happen with him, and then I don't know where you're at with this, Pablo, but I feel I'm okay with Landon right now at the moment. But I kind of feel that I think if we had Asante here, I think I'd be a little bit more excited. Now, I don't know if I'm wrong for saying that, but I feel like I think Asante should have been here other than Landon. But how say you?
I actually think we could have gotten them both. I think if the Eagles would have been a little bit more patient, we should have went Asante Samuel.
Oh, you're right. You're
second
right.
pick and then double back or even traded up to get Landon Dickerson. But then
you're right about that.
Yeah,
I think about that.
Yeah, I think Howie just moved a little bit too quick because he's actually having a hell of a season over there in LA.
Nick Sirianni, receivers coach, was on Romero's Crennel's staff, and then Andy Reid came, and he was the first fired. But the life has as a lower tier coach in the NFL. Eagles losing the next 3. Justin Boone. Justin Boone.
I like that name though, Justin Boone. Justin Boone.
Justin Boone. Justin Boone.
Samson and Sheila. Mama felt. Shut up, bitch.
You hit it on the nail. You hit it on the nail. Now. Last name Boone. That's crazy.
Voice for Life, your team softened the Panthers for our Eagles. At Justin Boone, why you be hating? Yeah, why you be hating?
Oh man.
But like I said, I'm not as I thought I was gonna be really pissed today, but I'm really not, man.
Trust the process.
yeah, you know the expectations and all that stuff. But you know what I think it was, Pablo and Mitch.
What?
I think it's because we know the potential, like, and I think that we seeing that kind of just like we kind of put the beer goggles on at first because we're like we got too excited with ourselves. Like, man, this is wait, Jalen, with seeing Quez off season, mixing. We got Devontae in the house. We really haven't seen too much of the Miles, which, like, again, when we were kind of moving with that, how do you say it when you're no huddle offense? It seemed like we were doing real quick in the minute. And I kind of like that a little. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like moving that we were moving like this. I felt like, okay, I think we're establishing something right here. I think we're kind of catching the Chiefs like they're not ready for this, and I wasn't ready for it. I thought it was gonna be like, oh, maybe we'll run it here, So I kind of like that. And that's one thing is that whole speed. We've been talking about speed this whole off season, with Quez and Devontae. Like, okay, let's bring it together,
Oh, sorry, bro. That's a hell of a take. I'm still dead off last name, Boone.
Boom, Justin. Boom.
Oh my goodness.
The hate is real, Justin.
Yeah, man. I'm not panicking, man. I am not pressing the panic button right here in Philadelphia. It's like, again, like I mentioned earlier, man. We say it all the time, trust the process. And I think it's gotten so cliched to the point where it's like when we actually have to do it, we don't, really put it into action. But, for me, Jalen Hurts is the franchise quarterback. We need pieces. We need to remake this defense. That's it.
You be hitting the waves
after the screen? A little something, a little
right. I feel it. Getting jealous there.
Hey, Richie MC, man, I miss you, brother. I miss you, man. Yeah, so
yeah, we're gonna have to do something a little. Hey, how's your schedule looking these days, man? Is it opening up, or it's still kind of rough?
Yeah, it's opening up. I actually last week I did a video. I missed Dallas week, but do you do this every Sunday?
It looks like, man. I think I might have to be doing this now. And then maybe I was seeing if you have Friday openings, maybe we could do that Friday night toast or something. We're gonna have the Friday night toast podcast or something like that.
Let's do something, man. I
that, man, and I love your sometimes talking with Pablo. You make me, you open up my mind a little bit to where I'm thinking a certain way. But what I love about your show and your whole personality is just like, just kind of like, you make me think more than what I was actually thinking in this box. I try to do my best thinking together, but like what you bring me is just you open up my mind a little bit more to just being like, it's just this way and this is how it has to be. So that's what I appreciate. That's why I love listening to your show. And everybody who doesn't know Pablo, stay tuned, man. This man is real. He's humble. He ain't gonna get you too blinded and tell you a bunch of bull. He's gonna give it to you as real as he can, and that's what I appreciate about Pablo. But yeah, man, we need.
Thank you, man. Let me jump in, man. Thank you, man. I honestly, bro, like you. That's why I don't really jump on lives like that, but I have such a great appreciation for your show. And I learn on your show as well, man. I sit back in the comments and I learn. And Mitch, you too, bro. I check you out. I saw your show with Moochie Robinson. Shout out to him as well. You guys do some great things. But yeah, I definitely think yeah, bro, we gotta get on here, man.
Oh yeah. Yo, you gotta follow me back so I can DM you. I still can't.
I don't even have. So what happened was I was only on Twitter on my iPad. And the screen cracked. And I didn't even know like my new login and nothing like that. So I got to jump back on there. I haven't been on Twitter in weeks.
Gannon, Joey sounded a little mad right here. Gannon's got to go, period. That's the first of business. Fletcher Cox last 5 games, 5 tackles, 1 fumble recovery touchdown. Linebackers are too small. We need that thumper. Gonna be a long season.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm starting the Trade Derek Barnett podcast. I'm starting that tomorrow.
Trade Derek Barnett podcast.
I'm doing that tomorrow, man.
Hey, he might sub you up. He might sub you up.
I don't care. I'm just doing that tomorrow. I got a lot to say.
So, you want to go first about Joey's comment, Pablo?
No, I feel Joey, man. I feel where he's coming from. There is it's a Jim Schwartz kind of trend that's going on with this guy, and I'm not liking it. I'm not liking what I'm saying, man. It's like change it up, switch it up, man. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Bird Gang 31. Appreciate it.
Yo, he just hit 1,000 like in 3 months.
Yeah, he did.
Same with JC Eagles talk.
31.
those
You
guys
snatch
are-
Apollo and BG Nation, or is it in the works? Oh, Richie's asking him. Okay.
Yo,
Yeah.
Bird
So
Gang, you still got to get me on that. Come on,
yeah.
man.
So I mean, I want to do a little bit more homework on Gannon.
Yeah, me too.
And I really got to understand his mindset a little bit, because some of the things that's going on over there, especially we talked about in camp, it seems like we're not getting what we were sold. You know, you said A, B, and C, X, Y, and Z, and you know, I don't see his highlighters and all that stuff. So I don't know. I gotta understand where his mindset is at, where he thinks this defense is at. Like you got to make us fans. What are we really doing? Because
What are we watching? We're lost here. Really, we don't know what we're watching, but you know what?
exactly, you know, that's the defense we want. Come on, Gannon. Come on, you can't be doing us like that.
So let me ask you a question, Mitch and Birdman. Are we being too, because we talked about it earlier, being too tough on this roster? Are we being too tough on the coaches? I mean, like, are we really being too tough? Because you got to think, it's not like Jonathan Gannon had a whole bunch of money to go get his guys and go sign the guys that he wanted. He sort of kind of.
I mean, he got Eric Wilson. He got Anthony Harris, right? Weren't those?
I guess. I mean, but they really came. Let's understand this. Anthony Wilson and Eric Wilson came to the Philadelphia Eagles because of Jonathan Gannon, but because of also they were going to immediately start. And they also say, you know what? The Philadelphia Eagles have $40 million next year. If I play well and bet on myself, because Eric Wilson had 4-year contracts available. Anthony Harris had 4-year contracts available, but it was just that defense. So Jonathan Gannon, I think him and Nick Sirianni, even with the highlighters and the pins, they're trying to be more smarter than what they really are. I think that's what's going on. And I think what they're doing is tiring out this defense and tiring out this fan base, because sitting at home, to me, it just seems like we're giving up plays. And what I gathered from Jonathan Gannon after, listening to all of his press conferences, his whole big thing is just not giving up the deep pass. That's all he cares about. He'll let you dink and dunk. He'll let you run. He'll let you do all of that, but he just won't give up the deep pass. And to me, I just don't understand how that's going to be effective moving forward. Like, especially when you don't have any line. Like, to me, why do we only – I know we have technically three linebackers on the field, but we need to go back to a 4-3 defense. 3 linebackers and 4 defensive linemen. I just don't understand this Jannard Avery affair. It's like the Eagles are in love with this kid. What does he do?
I was thinking the same exact thing earlier today. Like, before the even game, I was thinking, what does he do? I'm like, Jannard Avery, what have you done already? Like, I just don't understand it. This linebacking core is my biggest pet peeve when it comes to the defense. Like,
and you know what, guys?
so
You know who I was really, really excited for out of all the defense so far was Josh Sweat, man. I thought for sure man's going to eat. And I'm not satisfied. I need more Josh Sweat, man. And I don't know what it is, man. It just seems a little quiet. Fletch seems, Joey. Hey, Joey has just been in on Fletch because he just has not seen it. We know he's drawing up the double teams and all that, but I mean, Fletch might not be here next year if this is going to continue. These numbers are not good enough, man.
But see, I have to defend Fletcher Cox.
Go ahead.
He was in the end zone last week. What we're missing with Fletcher Cox, and I agree with Joey and you, Birdman, because I also think Darius Slay and Fletcher Cox are robbing the Philadelphia Eagles a little bit when you look at the production. But Fletcher Cox, he had sacks. You know where his sacks went to? Javon Hargrave. Javon Hargrave is not allowed to eat without the production of Fletcher Cox. And so as a fan, we say, oh, it's not on the stat sheet. But see, there are invisible numbers and stats. And Fletcher Cox has been double teamed since his second year in the NFL. Once he went off his rookie year, double team 91. That's just a strategy against him because it was the same thing with Aaron Donald. Oh, Aaron Donald had 20 sacks this year. Now he only has 10. Well, he's getting double teamed. So I think Fletcher Cox, his thing is, when you do all of that work, but you don't get the fruit of your labor, you want to see your teammate eat and sort of produce, but you're not doing it. And it's like, dude, like that's he just gets double teamed. So for me, Fletcher Cox, I won't even entertain the idea to move on from Fletcher Cox because of just his presence alone. Just the simple fact that an offensive coordinator is going to say, we got to double team Fletcher. That is money. That's value right there in itself. So I'm going to just say Javon Hargrave doesn't have 5 sacks right now without Fletcher Cox. He just doesn't.
I can see where you're going at. It's just that the fans, mostly see Fletcher Cox doing everything. Sacks, deflections, forced fumbles, fumble recoveries. They're used to him doing that, and that's what's getting in their head. Is like, wait, he hasn't done this much in this many games already? Why is he still here?
Mrs. Bergay say Fletch gotta go, Pablo.
That hurts my heart. But I respect that.
I just feel like Fletch needs to do more, man. It's been 2 weeks, not even a tackle. You know what I'm saying? You have no stats.
What do you think, Pablo? How can he just turn it up? Just give me a little bit more. Just turn it up, but still let Hargrave do his thing. But how can he just get it up a little bit more? Just a little.
I mean, he scored a touchdown for you last week. What I'm saying is Fletcher Cox makes – the Eagles don't have any linebackers. Fletcher Cox is a defensive lineman and a linebacker. He's playing for 2 positions. He's literally playing 2 positions because he is charged not to get, people – you get to the Eagles, the linebackers, it's over. Alex Singleton, come on, guys. Eric Wilson, I know we want to pump him up, but come on, these guys. Fletcher Cox – I'm going to blame – this is what I'm going to say. I will blame Jonathan Gannon's system before I blame Fletcher Cox because the effort is there. He's showing up. It's just –
So Joey's saying
he's not really showing up, though. He's not making no tackles.
Every one pressure, not one. Fletch has not doubled every play. So what do you say about that? The plays that he's not doubled, what's going on there?
Listen, I'm going to be biased. I'm the wrong person to ask because Fletcher Cox, you do not trade no Fletcher Cox. And
no, we're not asking about the trade. I'm asking how he got to raise it up. Like what? How does he do it? Like why are we not seeing it in your eyes when he's not double?
Well, for me, I think he's doing what he needs to do, but it's just listen. We lost Brandon Graham. Like we lost Brandon Graham. I think he added some value to this. I think what's really happening is the fact that we undervalue Brandon Graham. Derek Barnett's not showing up. This man can't stop committing penalties.
and also the vocal leader. He's the BG's the vocal leader of that defense.
BG's the vocal leader. I mean, he lost the very guy who he came into the NFL with. So I can't just put all of this weight. He's worked. Javon Hargrave just came on. We were all just 2 seconds ago like, why did Howie Roseman give him all this money? So for me, I could be wrong, and I'm sure I'm probably wrong, but Fletcher Cox, yes, I would love to see 10 sacks. I would love to see, 20 quarterback hurries, but we don't know until a person, you know how they say you don't know what you got until he's gone? We better be patient, because if he got hurt, then guess what everybody's saying? Oh, Fletcher Cox, oh my God. So Fletcher Cox, he's not showing up on the stat sheet right now, but he's at a point in his career where, I don't know if you guys really follow him, but it was tough for him to be a vocal leader. You know what I mean? But he's having to do that now because he's the head honcho now. So
yeah,
I'm Milton Williams. What are you doing?
Hey, he caught what's his name, a Hardman on that play. If he didn't make that leg tackle, that's a touchdown.
Yeah, that was
a hustle from a defensive lineman.
Hell of a hustle play.
Hey, so Mrs. Burgain, Fletcher's that's her cousin.
Keep messing around. She's a Cox.
Oh, that way. That's her last name.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. So she's messing around. Okay.
Oh wow.
But yeah, man. It's like I love Fletch, you know what I'm saying? But I think, depending on how this team goes between now and the trading deadline, there's some veteran players you got to sell high on. You know what I'm saying? Like Fletch is one of them with a big contract. Like I always say, if you're paying Fletch any less money, then keep doing whatever you're doing. But you're making a $100 million contract. You got to produce stats, like that just has to happen. Regardless on if you get double team, you get triple team, whatever it is, you're the guy. You need to play like the guy. Hargrave's like the best defensive tackle in the game right now. And I know some of that's because they double team Fletch. I do get that point of it. But at the same time, man, people get double teamed. When you're good in NFL, you can go down the row of all the top 10 defensive tackles. They all get double teamed in the NFL, and they still produce numbers. The last 2 games, 2 big games against Dallas and against this team right now, the Chiefs, man. You want to see your leader have at least 1 tackle. You want to see your leader, do have a pressure. You say that touchdown, yeah, that was good, but that's really Hargraves caused that fumble, and the ball just so happened to fall into his laps. You know what I'm saying? He did score the touchdown because he caught the ball, but I just want to see more from Fletch, and if we don't see no more by the time the trading deadline, I think you need to sell high and go get a linebacker or something.
Yeah, I respect the take. I think you take Fletcher Cox out of this rotation, you trade him. Josh Sweat's not going to eat like he's been eating. Derek Barnett, you're going to see where his value is. And I know that you want to see it on stats, but man, I don't know what more we can ask from him. I really don't. He's been getting double teamed for 10 years. I mean,
maybe that's just wearing on him. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's
continue to just keep getting. I'm not saying Fletcher's a bad player, but he is getting up there in age. He's been playing for a long time. He's been getting double teamed for a long time too. You've seen the stats even drop a little bit last year. But at the same time, it's like, do you want to wait the rest of the year, right, and say he doesn't continue to produce, and then you go into the season next year and say there's a stud, just for shits and giggles, there's a stud DT out there, we redraft him. You know what I'm saying? And then now you have Fletch, and you're trying to trade him now when he had 2 back-to-back years of not producing anything. Your trade value is going to be so low that you're going to be giving Fletch away for nothing. I think while he still has a name, he is one of the older players. There's a couple of guys, not just Fletch. Look at Lane Johnson. Brandon Brooks got to go. You know what I'm saying? Like Barnett can go. There's other players too that make a lot of money.
Slay can go.
Darius Slay can go after next year's draft. Yeah, for sure.
So Eric Wilson, 6 tackles, 4 assists. Alex Singleton, 6 tackles, 3 assists. Avante, 5 tackles, 2 assists. Slay, 4 tackles, 1 assist. McLeod, 4 tackles. Hargrave, 3 for 3. Epps, 2. Barnett, 1 for 3.
And he has more penalties than tackles. Let that sink in.
Josh Sweat, 1 for 1. That's not enough. Steven Nelson, 1 and 0.
Sure.
And Nelson too, man. He has to play better.
Why
That
was
guy,
he on
I was
Tyreek
never
Hill?
high on
That's
him.
my question. Why was he on Tyreek Hill?
Yeah, we don't have an answer in our secondary for Tyreek Hill at all.
Yeah, no one really has an answer for Tyreek Hill that much. That guy's just dominating, and once he gets started, it's hard to stop that cheetah.
I mean, he's just doing bat flips and tumbling in our end zone like it's a play day.
So
On that goal line, we should have pressed. I will say that. We need to stop running this zone all the time and switch it up to some either zone press or man press when you get in that red zone. When you got 3 yards to the touchdown, why are you in the zone with a guy like Tyreek Hill in the slot? You know what I'm saying? Like, why is our linebacker covering Tyreek Hill in on the red zone? And you know what I'm saying? In the goal line. It's like there should have been man press, either Slay or even Steven Nelson or even Maddox for that matter. Any of them should have been on him pressed, for that play. And you see what happened when you have a zone play with the linebacker supposed to pop out there. He's too fast for any linebacker in the NFL.
yeah, but Philly shouldn't feel too bad, man. What we saw on the field. See what Eagle fans need to take from this game today is you need to see what Jalen looked like. That's the Jalen we need. That Jalen Hurts that we saw, that's gonna be the leader. That's gonna be the captain of this team. That was very important to see from him because he could have went out there and stuck up the joint. You think the Dallas game was bad? He could have made this even worse, but he didn't fold. He held his own, and they said, "Hey, guess what? Guess what, Hurts? Lane Johnson ain't playing today either. You're gonna play with all these guys. These guys, this is the Brady bunch. You got the Brady bunch out there. See what you can do." And he did not fold. He did not fold. And everybody got to respect that. You got to put some respect on his name.
Mm-hmm.
All three of y'all.
Hey, I've never doubted Jalen Hurts. I've said he's been good from the jump. You're going to have some bad games, that just happens in the NFL. But I don't think the games even before this, it was more Nick Sirianni not putting him in a position to be successful. You got to run the ball. Even this game, we could win this game if we ran the ball more. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of situations where it was even in time possession at the end of the game. But think about it. We only ran the ball, 6 times, something like that, 6, 7 times.
Hey, but you know what's crazy, Bergang, is look, we could have been close or maybe even won this game, and we had a terrible run game. So make sense. So imagine when we do have a good run game mixed with what he did. There was no run game today.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what got our last coach fired for not running the ball. You know what I'm saying? You got to run it. That's the only way. If you look at every team that's winning, they run the ball. You know what I'm saying? Even Patty Mahomes and that explosive passing game offense, they ran the ball today all over us. You still got to run it. On that drive where you got Hurts throwing that touchdown that got called back, why are we at the 6-yard line not running the ball on first and second down? You know what I'm saying? When you finally do run it later on in another possession, you see Gainwell going for a touchdown. Why aren't we consistently trying to run the ball in key situations? You can't. If you look at the game, a lot of those play actions, those linebackers weren't biting at all because they knew we weren't running the ball. That's the only way your play action game is going to ever even work is if you run the ball. No one's going to believe your play action if you never run the ball. Last week it happened. Dallas Cowboy linebackers weren't caring about no run. They knew we weren't running the ball. This week I watched a couple of plays where we did a play action and they did not even take a step forward because they knew we weren't running the ball. You got to make that a present part of your offense. It's not even that Nick Sirianni's offense doesn't work. It's just you got to run the ball to make it work better. And you can say all you want. I think that's even bad that Jalen did so good, passing the ball today. It's just because that's going to make him more high on his horse. Like I told you my offense works. I told you my passing works. And then it might keep him from running the ball even less. You got to do it, man. At the end of the day.
And at least coach let Jalen, go for those 3 and shorts, run up the middle. Because my man, he squats 600 pounds. Let him do that. He's going to eat. I think he got 2 yards. So I'm glad Sirianni did that. He did it twice today. I'm glad he should have did that in the Niner game. But, that's neither here nor there. But at least you got to let Jalen do what Jalen does. And I think he kind of has to it's kind of like you're letting your kid explore the world a little bit. You taught him what he taught. All right, go do what you need to do. So I feel like he's almost there yet. They're almost there. That connection's there. But like I said, Berger, I think what me and Pablo were saying earlier, these L's mean to me that they're going to be W's towards the end of the season, because this is all the learning thing right here. We're getting it all out of the way. We got to do it all. So, and then us winning towards the end, I don't know if it's going to guarantee anything, but it's going to guarantee that Hurts is going to be the quarterback of the future, and we get to build. We get to build and bring in those new pieces, get the younger dudes in here. And the O-line that stepped in, man, I thought we were just going to get blown out. Once I heard Lane Johnson gone too, no Brandon Brooks, no Mulata, Dillard over there with his penalties and all that, just Kelsey, my boy Kelsey holding it down. Shout out to Kelsey. And it's not even Kel. Shout out to Kels. My man still holding it down. But guy.
Driscoll and Herbert was ready for this, man. Driscoll and Herbert been waiting for their opportunity. They're going to be our future linemen here. Last year, everybody gave them a big, they played crappy or whatever. And yeah, they played crappy in some game. But if you notice, before Driscoll got hurt last year, he started playing good. He started playing some good football, and then he got hurt. And then coming into this year, both of those guys did what they needed to do. Herbert got skinnier because he was too overweight. He wasn't moving fast enough. Driscoll picked up 15 pounds, in the offseason because he knew he was getting bullied around by those guys. So I wasn't really worried about those guys. Yes, I would have preferred Lane Johnson to play, but when I knew Driscoll was starting, I'm not even worried about those guys. Those guys have experience in the NFL. They knew what they had to do to, become some gamers in here. And Landon Dickinson's coming along too. But all three of those young guys are definitely, some good linemen. I'm not as worried about depth as we were last year. I think last year they were all rookies, and then Landon's a rookie this year. But last year they were all rookies, so they were getting thrown in the fire without an offseason, without a training camp, virtual learning, and all those type of things. They actually had an offseason this year. They got to play something last year. And I think, that's what I said in the beginning of the season. Our line, our defense and offensive line depth is pretty good for our team. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you might lose a BG, you lose a step there. But at the same time, if we stop killing ourselves on penalties and, like, Barnett gets his shit together, sorry for cussing, but, he got to get his thing together too, because Sweat is looking good. We need to play Sweat a little bit more. Get him in there, let him become more disruptive. Milton Williams is a rookie that's definitely going to be growing as the season starts. And like I tell everybody, we got 13 more games, man. There's a lot of football left to go in this NFL season, so no one should be jumping off the ship anytime soon.
Tampa Bay is up 3-0 in the Patriots game, so we need the Patriots to beat Tampa Bay.
Brady just broke the all-time passing yardage record. He just broke it.
Well, if you play for 50 years, you're going to break something, right? I mean,
that was like Emmitt Smith getting the rushing title after 6 years after Barry Sanders retired.
Now, what do you guys think about Jalen Reagor today? He only had, one catch for 10 yards?
I don't.
It was Devontae Smith day today, so.
I know, but it's just like, yo, what's up, Foothills?
Oh, Foothills. What's up, brother? Where you at, man? You still in Philly? You better get a bunch of Wawa food. Bring a bunch of Wawa snacks and some Philly cheesesteaks.
Yeah, go to Pabst.
Yeah, put all the food in the backpack, man. Bring it over.
Ziploc Philly cheesesteaks and in the mail next day.
Yeah, I want to take my wife and the two little ones to Philly for. I think I'm just gonna be there for Christmas. Maybe it'll be after Christmas. And it'll be having, maybe do a New Year over there, a Philly New Year. I'll be loving it.
It's cold as hell at that time. I know. I went, man. You're from Cali. I'm from Cali too, man. I went there. I went and bought all this Under Armour gear thinking it was so tight. Like, yeah, I spent all this money on the whole family's Under Armour gear. I'm going to be able to wear this underneath my clothes and be super warm and all this stuff. Man, I had everything in my suitcase on at the same time, and I was still freezing my butt off. Man,
I'm going to have to bring extra ponchos. I got to bring all the ponchos and stuff.
Yeah, you're going to need like 3 ponchos, though.
So what did you guys think of Reagor today?
Still here. Had a cheesesteak from Compost earlier tonight. Nice, man. Enjoy, man. Has a reporter like Howard Eskin asked Siri why Jordan Howard is not on the active roster. I mean, it doesn't even matter at this. I mean, I would like to see Jordan here.
Get another running back on the roster.
But we ain't even really running the rock like that, so I don't even see what the point would be right now.
Well, that was his point. Pretty much like run the football, dude. That was him saying that without saying it. But Mitch, to answer your question, the more and more I see Jalen Reagor in this offense, the more and more I just believe he's not going to make it to a second contract. He just, for some reason, in Philadelphia, he just doesn't fit. He kind of reminds me like Nelson Aguilar. It's something going on with him. He has the talent, but his impact. I mean, we want to talk about Fletcher Cox. When is Jalen Reagor going to show up? I mean, what is he doing? You know what I mean? And so, for me, Jalen Reagor, man. And then there was this article where he was arguing with a fan.
Yeah.
He wanted to come beat him up and punch him in the mouth. Like, man, you're in the National Football League, man. You're making millions while these guys are making peanuts, man. Ball out. And so I think right now mentally he's just too immature. I think, his father being in the National Football League, I think the expectations put on him is just way too high. You know what I mean? So I kind of blame Nick Sirianni as well, because I'm like, what are you doing to get him in the game outside of a bubble screen? I don't see the vision for Jalen Reagor in the future in this offense. I just don't see it for me.
If even to touch on what you just said, what is he doing to get anybody involved besides Devontae Smith in his offense? Every game we see passes go to Devontae all the time. You know what I'm saying? Quez was fighting for balls last week. He's the only one I see actually grabbing, going out there, grabbing the ball. When it's in his area, these receivers think the ball has to be perfectly thrown, man. This is, you're paid to catch the ball. Sometimes the ball will be around, won't be exactly perfect, but you're still supposed to catch the ball, man. Like even Ward today with that drop. Like, really? Come on.
Yeah. To add on to that, though, I will say Devontae, out of all of our receivers, he's the only one that could get open consistently. And that's why it goes back to, you have a valid point when you say that, for sure, because this was the first game outside of Atlanta. I felt like we actually looked like a, well-oiled machine. But, Jalen Reagor specifically, I don't see it. He should not be. The problem is Howie Roseman needs to come down off his high horse and accept the fact, if we want to tell the truth, accept the fact that J.J. Arcega-Whiteside is not it. And if you remember, coming into the season, it was a bunch of talks about Jalen Reagor being in the slot. When's the first time we've seen Jalen Reagor in the slot? And why is that? Because Howie Roseman doesn't want to let go of the fact that J.J. Arcega-Whiteside is not the player who we all thought. All right? So for me, I'm going to prioritize a first-round pick, first-round guy in Jalen Reagor over a second-round guy and J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. I mean, he has literally more tackles than he does catches.
Yeah.
He tackles players and he blocks for us. That's all he is. So Jalen Reagor, I think I just don't see him in this. If the Eagles don't play him full-time in the slot moving forward, I don't understand how he projects. I could be wrong, but that's just where I stand this week.
And I think my theory with the running game is if you run the ball, a lot of these receivers will be a lot more open. You know what I'm saying? Like when you pulling up linebackers, those windows get a little bit open, a little bit bigger, to get open. Like, yes, this is the NFL, so your space is already that small to begin with. But you got to give the defense something else to react to instead of thinking you're just going to pass the ball over and over again. Because, they're already in their comfort zone. All we got to do is guard. They're not even worried about no running attack. And I think if we ran the ball a lot more, get some of this RPO action working in the run game, then you'll see, more receivers open, especially guys like Quez with all that speed. That's how guys like that get open. You know what I'm saying? That one hesitant step, false step the wrong direction because you got to worry about that run game. And then the guys too fast get caught later on down the field. So I think, like I said, Nick Sirianni's got a good offense. I'm not going to totally hate on the guy. You know what I'm saying? He's doing what he can. I think he's just making some early coaching mistakes. You know what I'm saying? In a certain situation, some critical mistakes in certain situations that he shouldn't be making right now. A veteran coach wouldn't make, And, he got to learn just like everybody else on the team going to learn. They're all learning a new system. They're all learning everything on the fly. So I definitely think that he's gonna fix it up before the end of the season. But it's just how long is it gonna take for him to realize these things? Because these seem like things that he should already realize.
All right, let me. I'm gonna close this out. Give me good that you saw with the Birds, and give me the bad. We'll go with Pablo.
The good is that we lost the game, and I know I'm starting bad. But I know it doesn't sound right, but I'm gonna make it make sense. The good is that we lost the game, but I think we won in the locker room. I don't care about losing because you got a rookie head coach, Jalen Hurts, that hasn't even played 10 games in the NFL. This stuff comes with the territory, right? For me, I'm more concerned about the culture. Can we keep the culture high while while going through this process? If the Philadelphia, what's so beautiful about these losses is it's not like we have Carson Wentz, oh, well, we lost and we got to look at the tape and we got to do this. No, Jalen Hurts he's built so differently. Well, he can go and say, you know what? I put the game on my back. I lost it. I did it. Nick Sirianni can look you in your eye as a fan and say, I lost the game. I called a bad play. I can lose like this, but I can't lose with grown men not taking accountability. And I told people in Philadelphia, I'm not worried about the stats right now. I'm worried about the stability. We finally have stability in Philadelphia. You know how you just create a building, right? You build this big apartment building, right? And it's a great building, but it's things still have to level out for any construction workers out there, stuff like that. That's why I think the Philadelphia Eagles are. So for me, the good is as a team, guys are not pointing the fingers, guys are not turning on each other's. We're not doing it as a team. The bad is Jonathan Gannon. He has to make it make sense for me. We have to get out of this mindset of, oh, we're just not going to give up big plays and we'll just let you dink and dunk, because if you dink and dunk, we're going to lose the game. So Jonathan Gannon for me is my bad, because I think he's too prideful, and a lot of NFL coaches, they're so prideful because they don't want to say my scheme is not working. What I am doing is not putting my players in the best position. So he needs to get himself together. He needs to rally up the troops. He needs to get this defense together and put maybe that's why Fletcher Cox is like, F it, because dude, like, we're just going to we can't do anything with this defense. So
yeah,
Jonathan Gannon is my bad, and the whole team, the culture is my good. The fact that guys are not trying to save jobs right now, they're still sticking together.
Mitch,
defense and the refs. I mean, the refs are just terrible. I mean, come on. Were we going up against them in their fantasy leagues? Is that like the main reason why? Can someone please tell me that? I know Bird Gang, they were probably going up against you in our league. I'm just saying here. So that was bad. And Derek Barnett, I'm saving it for tomorrow. Trade Derek Barnett podcast is coming tomorrow. I'm saving it for then.
Bird Gang.
Yeah, man. Good as Jalen Hurts is still showing everybody that he got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, as much as everybody want to hate on him, he's the only quarterback doing what he's done in the first 8 starts ever. Ever in the game. All the quarterbacks everybody loves and think it's so great. And, you see that he has room to grow still while he's breaking these records, while he's setting personal best marks. You know what I'm saying? So, the good as Jalen Hurts still came out and showed that he's a leader. We don't have those penalties. You know what I'm saying? Jalen is walking out this game with 5 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? Easily. And then that would be a whole nother narrative. Everybody's spinning a whole nother story, today. But yeah, Jalen's growth is good, you know what I'm saying? But the bad is we're still not running the ball. Straight up. Like, I don't care what anybody say. I'll beat this horse the rest of the season. I don't care about your passing league. You set up the pass with the run. Everybody learned that in the first Pop Warner team you ever made. You know what I'm saying? You set up the pass with the run. And, that's what got Dougie P out of here. He didn't want to listen. He wanted to just keep running the ball. And you see what happened with him. So, you got to get that running game going. You got a guy like Miles. If we didn't have Miles Sanders, if we just had some scrub, running back committee. You know what I'm saying? We got two pretty good running backs back there. You know what I'm saying? Gainwell, the little Rook, is coming out there. He's been running the ball pretty good. And Sanders, whenever he does get the ball, he leads the league in, yards per touch. So it's like that should make you want to run the ball more. I just think you got to get over that hump. You got over that past pride. Everybody wants that big fancy offense that all they do is throw touchdowns all day. Everybody wants it. The crowd likes it. Everybody likes it. But sometimes you just got to play some hard mount football and run the ball. You know what I'm saying? And then that'll take so much. You won't have so many linemen getting hurt all the time. You got these grown men, 300-something pounds, backpedaling in the whole game. Catching people the whole game. Catching people. That is not good for any of their legs. You need a lineman to get the lineman involved. You got to have them going forward and posting their will. That's how you find out the good lineman. You know what I'm saying? But all this backpedaling, man, none of them want to be cornerbacks. If they did, they would have lost the weight a long time ago.
Hey, my man Pablo, he doing his workouts like this. Well, all right, man, that's good. At BLSG, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Give me the good and bad, man. I'm glad you're on the show. Good and bad.
Yeah, I came in here last second.
It's
The
all
good
good.
part, Jalen Hurts is number one because he had a great game, almost 400 passing yards. Even though he had, I think it was like one pass TD. I know he had no interceptions, which is good. He's avoiding those, and he definitely did better interception wise than last week against the Cowboys because the Cowboys, they were just killing Jalen Hurts and they costed Jalen Hurts a few interceptions. So that's number one. Number two, Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith had a great game. That's what I want to see from Devontae Smith every freaking week. I don't care what anybody says. That's all I need to see from Devontae Smith every week. If he plays like that, he could be a superstar rookie eventually. He still has to kind of get used to the system, though. And now the bad. The defense is number one. Can't we just stop and put some pressure on the quarterback and the offense? What are we doing around here? Are we letting them settle? And what are we doing? Seriously, can we pressure the quarterback? Can we pressure the receivers? Can we pressure the running back? Can we pressure everybody? Please, just pressure somebody, and better things will work out than what they did. And then the second thing is the officials. I mean, what in the world? The officials literally just costed us 2 touchdowns. Number one was the Ertz pass interference. That literally made absolutely no sense to call that. It made 0 sense. Ertz didn't even touch a single guy. He didn't touch a single guy, and that should have so been a touchdown. And the second one was the Devontae Smith touchdown. That also should have been overturned because Devontae Smith, he went out of bounds, but he reestablished possession in bounds. He had possession in bounds, and of course there's illegal touching. I don't even see illegal touching. If there was illegal touching, I felt like that was on the defense. I don't think that was against Devontae Smith. I mean, they might have been picking at each other. They might have been doing this and that, but I really don't think Devontae Smith deserved that foul for illegal touching. I really don't think he should. So the officials kind of cost us this game, and so Jonathan Gannon and Nick Sirianni.
I appreciate that. We got Joey in the building, man. What's good, brother? I know we got the L. Yeah, I know the frustration is there, but can you give me something good? Can you give me what you saw good wise? That's a word.
I thought a different, a diverse of different plays. I saw Jalen Hurts under center. We saw things that we needed to see. We didn't see obviously Monday night. So I thought there was a more diverse of plays that choice of plays that Sirianni had for Hurts. And I don't think they ran the ball enough of Miles Sanders, but I think they were using Miles Sanders more on the outside, and they were using more of Gainwell on the inside and in the passing game as well. I think I didn't have a problem with Jalen Hurts today, other than a couple passes. I really didn't have any complaints at all, to be honest. A couple passes, Greg Ward had to catch that ball. He's got to use 2 hands to catch that ball. The one to Zach Ertz overthrown, obviously, and there was a couple throws, but I felt pretty good about the offense. I was actually surprised going into this game and with the first series, and I said, all right, we had some success, so I said, let's wait another series and just make sure they're going to stay consistent. It's not just they got lucky on the first drive or whatnot. So, but defensively, it's a mess. I mean, it's a mess everywhere. And I wasn't trying to pick a fight about Fletcher Cox. I've had this thing.
Yeah, we know.
Really emotional about it, and it's just I'm tired of like the 1 year where most of these years that we have mostly good pass rush. Most years we have good pass rush. Of course, the 1 year where we actually have two capable cornerbacks, you pick up Steven Nelson, and you don't have a pass rush. So I don't know if they're reading and reacting, they're not shooting their gaps, or I don't know. There's a lot going on with this defense. I feel like all the we're gonna do a 3-4, we're gonna do a 4-3, we're gonna disguise coverages, we're gonna all this stuff, we're gonna move guys around, all this stuff we were promised, and it's not happening. So it's embarrassing. I know the Chiefs are good. Tyreek Hill is just you can't cover Tyreek Hill. It's just one of those things where you just gotta you do the best you can, and that's it with him. And that's
Are you surprised at all on the outcome? Because I thought when they announced Lane Johnson, your twin, was not going to be there, I thought this is going to be bad. This is going to be devastating because poor Jalen, he's got a makeshift O-line again. But were you surprised that we were still kind of hanging around, putting up some points here and there? Could have been more.
Yeah,
but were you surprised by that?
The offensive line, I was actually really happy with. I mean, I was actually other than Jason Kelsey, again, the survivor of the offensive line is usually Jason Kelsey. So I was shocked. I was, Herbig, I think he plays better at right guard than he does left guard. I think right guard is his good spot there. And then, I'm starting to like Dickerson at left guard a lot. I'm really loving it. And depending if Kelsey retires next year, we'll see what happens. But I like Dickerson at left guard. And, Driscoll really hasn't played. I mean, playing right tackle today. Last year he came in on, injuries, for Lane Johnson, and he did good whenever he had a chance. But, you could have a future offensive line right now. And, with some of these guys. And depending if, Samal's in competition next year or, whatever happens with, Brandon Brooks. I mean, if it's up to me, I think Brooks is gone. I mean, I think I've pretty much had enough between two Achilles injuries and not even 2 days in the training camp. He had a hamstring. And then the first week of practice for Falcons, he had a knee injury. And then as a I mean, it just doesn't stop. I mean, it's constant. So it's I can't even keep count on how many injuries these guys have. But offensive line, I felt really good. I mean, I felt good. I thought even with the receivers, Devontae Smith, obviously, that one, the one that went out of bounds, which I thought it was BS, and leaving 3 touchdowns. I mean, pretty much 3 touchdowns got called back today. I mean, this was a winnable game. I really had us losing this game, but if they could play like this against a pretty good team, and I know our defense needs a lot of work right now.
Yeah,
they're not making stops. I mean, you can't have 2nd and 2s. You can't have 2nd and shorts. You just can't.
But I guess what we could take from is we can get this offense just to work out some of these kinks. With the running game. With Reagor, what Pablo was saying. It looks promising as moving forward, taking those building blocks and just fixing it. If the defense is the weakest link, Gannon, I can't say exactly what he is at this very moment. And we have to give him the passes on the rookie crap and all that stuff. But, if we take something out, is that I felt that Jalen showed, I thought he was very calm and collective, man. I felt in the Cowboys game, it felt like a pressure cooker. And if this didn't go right, then the next play was screwed up. And then the next thing was screwed up. And I think they just put too much into what they needed to do and what they needed to focus on. And I felt that slap in the face from the Cowboys produced what we saw today. No. And I think it humbled them a little bit. And they got back to, hey, guys, we just screwed. We shot ourselves in the leg. We got something here. Now let's just figure this out. Defense is going to take a little bit more. We need to see more from Kerrigan and Sweat. We need these guys to eat more. McLeod, everything. But I feel that today I feel better, even though we lost, but I feel better today than I felt when we lost to the Cowboys, because I just felt like, wow, this is really bad. This is horrible. Like they almost don't know what they're doing. Horrible.
Mhm.
So today gave me a little bit more confidence back, especially with Jalen. I like what I saw from him. Even with everybody talking that smack against him, he still held his own today. And I feel it's something we can build off and move forward, and I think we're catching the Carolina Panthers. We're getting out of Lincoln Financial. We're going to South Carolina, and I felt it's like needed at this time, and go in the hostile territory and let's go against Darnold and let's see what we got. Just this is what we need to see. The defense, we need to step. We got to see more. We're not getting enough, guys. We need to see way more than that. It's just not enough at the end of the day. We did get a turnover. We got our first turn. That was our first one, right? Or is that our second one?
Our first.
Okay, a little stepping stone of this, but hey.
No, what about the turnover against Dallas?
Yeah.
Right?
Do we have?
Yeah, we had
so-
the interception in the fumble for touchdown, right?
Yeah.
I guess that counts. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a third then. A third. To be a third, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so, we'll take the little stepping stones, but like I was telling Pablo earlier, I think that these L's are important L's where they humbled you a little bit. You got smacked in your face. You got embarrassed. You brought more of a fight today. Other than the defense, they should have brought way more than that. And then let's see how this I hope it doesn't stop there at that game today. I hope it didn't stop there. Like that's all we're going to get, some decent football. I hope Carolina comes and the dogs come out. I don't know. It's this mystery with Sanders. I have no idea what it is. I don't know if they don't have confidence in him. I am flabbergasted. I don't know what that is. And that's a big problem because he's our number one running back, guys. It's not Gainwell. In Gainwell, fortunately, that was a fumble today, guys. He fumbled that ball. If Andy didn't, I think Andy, gave us the wink. He didn't want to kill us too early, and he kind of let that slide. But Gainwell, you got to hold on to the ball, my guy. I know, but again, I can't go crazy on him because you got the rookie card, your rookie showing, but I like what I seen from him. This is his rookie year, guys. But it's like, dude, where's Miles Sanders, guys?
Let me ask you guys this question: am I the only one who feels that? Am I the only one that's calling Jalen Hurts a rookie this year?
No, because he hasn't even played. He hasn't played half a season yet, or he's about to play half a season. He's still a rookie right now. I don't know why people. No, definitely 100%. Like I can't. I'm not saying I'm not saying Hurts is perfect. Like I said before the season, he's going to make his mistakes, and that's it. But he's still a rookie right now. Like listen, like he had his first off season. Like he actually had an off season this off season, and didn't play much in preseason. But it's just yeah, he's still young. I mean,
and like Pablo said, merely went pound for pound with the GOAT, Mahomes. He's got to be excited about that.
And like Joey said, it was consistent though. Like it wasn't like it was Mahomes, it was Jalen, it was Mahomes, it was like they were going toe to toe, and you just like you were watching that like on your feet and like, can the Eagles defense stop? If we could just get dude. They had 7 out of 8 or 8 out of 9 possessions. They scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't do nothing with that.
Yeah, and Mahomes has that chemistry with those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Coming off they just were in the Super Bowl, guys.
But the good thing about our defense is, there's only one more real powerhouse offense. We had Mahomes now. We've had Cowboys. As much as we hate the Cowboys, their offense is pretty explosive over there, with the running backs and receivers. And then we got Tampa Bay, offense that's going to be a test for us, coming up here with all those offensive weapons. But after that, it kind of gets easier for the defensive side of the ball.
Well, it's the second quarter, and Tampa's only put up 3 points against the Patriots. So I believe, we're going to be competitive against Tampa. I'm not saying we're going to go there and smack them around and all that, but I think it's going to be competitive. I believe we're going to be in these games, guys. But like I said, I think maybe that Cowboy game just kind of humbled the team, and that was a bad taste, and they didn't appreciate that. And I'm glad, because I'm hoping, Joey, that somehow, some way, the Cowboys kind of screw this up, and that last game of the season means something, even if it means that we're not in, but we can take them out or something. I hope so, because I don't want a meaningless game versus the Cowboys.
Oh no, I'm going to be rooting for the Giants next week. I mean, that's definitely.
Oh yeah.
I mean, no, yeah, I don't
Right?
want to, but I'm
yeah.
I'm going to have to next week. I mean,
Yeah, I might have to give a dono to Cop Pizzle out of pity, man. I don't know if that'll help. Maybe I don't know. I'll give him one of those happy stickers on his page or something, just for good juju. But yeah, you're right. And yeah, we got to be going for the Giants, because if what that means, guys, if the Giants pull out, and I think it's going to be an upset because they haven't really beat the Cowboys. That means that we got to fight each. If the Giants pull it off, man.
And they won today in overtime.
The
Saquon
Giants
Barkley against the Saints, I believe.
Yeah.
Did they play the Saints? Yeah, they won in overtime.
Yes, sir.
So
That's right.
they're coming off a hot win. I wanted to ask Joey a quick question. Do you think Jalen Hurts is the franchise quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles?
Still determined. It's still early, and there's like one of like four things that are going to happen next year. Either you're gonna have Jalen Hurts for another year, you're going to have him in quarterback competition, and Minshew beats him out. You're going to trade for a quarterback, or you're going to go in the draft and get a quarterback. So, I mean, from what it looks like right now, like I'm hoping we get 3 first-round picks. I'm hoping Carson still plays. You know, I'm glad they won today, so now the Colts feel good. So that's a good thing. Miami's going to lose a lot of games. Miami might only win 4 or 5 games this season. So if the Eagles have like 2 top 10 picks next year, great. You know what I mean? But if you don't have to spend one on a quarterback, it's going to be even better. And I don't like any quarterbacks in the draft next year at all. I'm not a fan of any of those quarterbacks. Deshaun Watson would be the only exception, but until whatever's going on with him is done, you're going to be giving up a lot for him. So, I think overall, if he has an okay year, I think they'll have him on for another year, and they have to make some changes. And I think the number one change they have to make in 22 is they got to get rid of Howie Roseman. Howie Roseman's got to go. I mean, it's time. I think it's time now. Things just have to start changing. I mean, 21 years, you gotta start. And then Nick Sirianni's on the line too, because if he could keep playing the way he's playing now, and it seems like if we end the season on a good note, even though we're gonna be pissed at the time, we're gonna be like, man, we're not making the playoffs or whatnot. As long as we put our step, can end the season and we feel like, all right, well, we put our step in the right direction, put a foot forward, we feel good. And we got to make some moves, and we're gonna have cap space. We're gonna have a lot. So next year is gonna be crucial off season, and this team's only gonna get younger next year. So
can I piggyback off of Pablo real quick, Joey? Can this work? The problem that they say about Jalen is the long ball, the underthrowing, and the misreading and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Can this be fixed, and can he still be a winner from not having the best long ball and all that stuff that the analysts are saying? That can he still take this team to a Super Bowl, because playing his style the way you see it right now?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think part of it is his flaws, that he does have issues with that, and part of it is just chemistry with the players that's on the team, because this is like his first full year of having trying to build chemistry. Once he starts knowing the players, knows how they run, what I mean? Like I saw the stuff KC the chemistry is so good over there. They can make it look like they're doing something else. They know how to pass to these guys. So I think part of it is his flaws, and part of it is really chemistry, and Nick Sirianni's got to really call a consistent game. We have to look consistent relatively through every game, and that's the only way you're going to build your offense. I mean, you can't fall flat one game, play good, fall flat. I mean, it's not going to work that way. So,
yeah.
I mean, I think Super Bowl wise, I think it's too early to tell. Like I said, it's only the 4th game, so it's really too early. But I think we'll get a nice. It's really just the eye test. You could see if Jalen Hurts is going to work out or not, and we'll see how he adapts to the adversity. But I think some of it's on Nick Sirianni. That's why I blame that Cowboys game mostly on Nick more than Hurts, just because he didn't help your quarterback out. You didn't help him out. He's in trouble. I mean, I think through the second, third quarter, Hurts was rattled. I mean, he looked confused. He looked like he was panic throwing. They were making him throw, and you don't have a run game. You don't have a balance. Take some pressure off your quarterback, don't do, and then you're doing play action. Like they don't, Cowboys are disrespecting you because they know you're not running the ball. So it's common sense at the end of the day. So, I think we just got to wait at the end of the year and then we'll figure it out. I don't mean to bounce, but I got to leave. I'm actually doing a stream in like a couple
of
minutes. So
appreciate you, man.
Appreciate everybody here, guys.
Yes, sir.
Guys.
I want to follow up on that. As for me, I just want to put it out there. I think, and I know I said this earlier, that Jalen Hurts is a franchise quarterback, and here's why. It has nothing to do with his play on the field. You may say, well, wait, so how do you come up with the fact that he's a franchise quarterback? After the failure that is Carson Wentz, the Carson Wentz project, you cannot bring in a quarterback into Philadelphia who is weak-minded and cannot handle this media, okay? And if you get rid of or you're not willing to invest in a guy who showed you in less than 1 year that he could do that, you're foolish. It took you 5 years to figure out that Carson Wentz couldn't handle it. He forced his way out. When he left, he said, I don't even want to talk to the fans. Just send me to Indianapolis. So for me, Jalen Hurts is the franchise quarterback. I hate to see my brothers always get it the hard way, but I know he's going to get it. And when Malcolm Jenkins last year against the Saints pulled Jalen Hurts aside while Carson Wentz was still in the building, and he told that young man, he said, Jalen, you're a rookie, but you're ready for Philadelphia. When he signed off on Jalen Hurts, I knew he was a real deal, because Malcolm Jenkins he's a leader amongst men, and they have that kind of leadership ability. So for me, this is just what we got to go through. You know what I mean? And like Joey was saying, I think it's going to take time. I think it's a process. It's just so weird because everybody says trust the process, but nobody's really trusting the process. So
it's more what can you do for me lately right now? That's what it is.
Yeah, but
look at that, man. Look what he's done already. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shows you that he, like I said, like you got to go back to your stars. Like you said, your Mahomes, your Brady's, your Peyton Manning's, your Drew Brees. They have none of them have started 8 games like Jalen Hurts. None of them. Not Lamar Jackson. None of these guys have put the numbers up he's had. And you see the growth that, he still has room to grow. Imagine what happens when he finally hit that growth spurt. You know what I'm saying? How much of an elite quarterback will he be then? The whole narrative should be spinning around then on how good this guy really is. Like, Jalen's way too young. Like, he's 8 games in, but he's still breaking records. He's still putting up big numbers. You know what I'm saying? Like, for the hate to be on him so much where people are still confused about it, it's kind of mind-boggling to me.
Yeah, and the thing too, Bird Gang, it's if Jeffrey Lurie is so invested in Howie and Howie's so invested in Jalen, then he's gonna stay regardless of what we think. Because if he's so invested in it, and if say he does get to 8 wins and has a decent season, for a rookie, I think they already got the answer, and it's going to be Jalen Hurts. Mm-hmm. But the only way I could see something really, really bad is just like Jalen Hurts just plays way like he just doesn't show up no more or something. But I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, he's not built like that. Like he said, or Pablo said earlier, that guy's a leader. He hates losing. You can see in his press conference, he hates this. This is eating up him inside. He's not used to losing. He's not a loser. He's a leader of man, and he's used to winning. So this is definitely going to make him play even harder and play even better, this season. Well, how he needs to do is get out there and do what you're supposed to do and go find a team of linebacker, period. Go find us a linebacker. You see these Wilson and Singleton are 2 of the top leading tacklers in the NFL, but it's like BS stats because it doesn't mean nothing because they're not stopping any run. You know what I'm saying? They're tackling people already down the field, That's not acceptable. We need a thumping linebacker that's going to go hit somebody in the middle of the hole and put them down. You know what I'm saying? Like, all the good defenses got that thumper on our defense. And we need to go get one, man. Like I said, if we got to trade one of these veteran players that got high contracts, still got some clout under their name, then go do it. I don't care, but we need to get it. We need to get it now. Like, yeah, if we can wait to the draft, there are some good linebackers out there that's going to be in the first round, but I'm still talking about this season. Everybody's so quick to worry about next season, and when next season comes, you never know what can happen this offseason. Our whole team can get dismantled again, and we have no pieces going into next season. And who cares if we have 3 first-round picks if you don't have the rest of your team? You know what I'm saying? Like, people need to still focus on this year and what we can do this year to get this team back on the right track. At WC, we are still sitting here week 4 saying we could have been 4-0. We could have won the San Francisco game. We could have won the Dallas game. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could have won the Chiefs, So that means the potential of the team is definitely there. We need some more pieces, though.
And you got to ask yourself, what's the greater good? Because if you do give up on Jalen, trying to, do your homework, possibly you got to get a new GM. Go find this quarterback. Who it's going to be, I don't know. Then address the O-line. Then address the LBs. And man, and that looks like that'll be a longer project. Now that looks like that's something 3 more years down the road before we even talk about winning ways and this guy, that guy. So Eagles I gotta figure that out too, because if you do let go of Jalen and you get rid of our picks and all that stuff, that's gonna be bad. If we think we have a trouble right now, it's gonna be even worse. Next year, we're gonna be sad next year. We're gonna be depressed. We don't even know what the hell's gonna happen.
And it's because, and this is why I just have to, we have this cancel culture. Let me go ahead and cancel this idea about Deshaun Watson, because if you switch right now, if you switch out Deshaun Watson for Jalen Hurts, he may play a little better, but you still have the same defense. And this is why Jalen Hurts is the franchise quarterback. Like Joey said earlier, it's 1+1, ladies and gentlemen. If you have to trade for Deshaun Watson, you're giving up all of your draft capital. It doesn't make any sense. It does not make any sense. So you bring him in here, then you can't even get anybody to protect him. You can't even give him anybody on that defensive line to, give him a defense. So you build around
cap. It's gone. That fool makes money.
Absolutely.
Like real money.
And that's why you can't take him either, because the money is crazy right now.
Yeah.
The Philadelphia Eagles have to dump that $40 million to the defense or the offense and take the draft capital to the defense. However they want to do it, we just have to make sure that we take care. But I got to go, guys. It was a pleasure being on here. Definitely game. I'm going to be in here. Bird Gang 31. Pleasure to meet you, bro.
Nice to meet you too.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. Go Birds.
All right.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna end the stream, guys. But everybody, shout out to everybody that was here. Bird Gang 31, BLSG, Pablo, Joey, everybody that was in here today. We got some good stuff to happen. We got some bad stuff to happen. But the good that I want to say is that Jalen, he looked very confident, man, and he could have just shit the bed, but he didn't, man. He took what we gave him and he ran with it. So. All that being said, it's Fly Eagles Fly every day, all day, 365 days a week. So peace out, guys.
Peace.